the Church Digital podcast, or I should say, the Church Digital. We're having a live podcast with a friend of mine, Wordy Girl, who streamer on Twitch. So let's welcome her in, everybody. You know what I just did? I did not unmute myself before I did that. So let's try that again.
Alrighty.
Okay, and I also do this to double check. I can hear myself on my phone so that I know what the volume going out is. I wish I had a better system. Once you say something, I'll just check you a second.
All right, hello. It's me, Wordy Girl. Tip of the cap.
Okay, I think those volumes are pretty close on my side. So if anyone thinks I need up or Wordy Girl needs volume up or down, just let us know as we're in the chat. I don't think we've got the shared chat started. I think I did something wrong there.
I did not see a shared chat.
Ah, there it is. Got to go under the management, and now I'm clicking start sharing chat. So there we go. There we go. All right, I'll start over with a welcome, but I'll just leave you here. So welcome in, everybody, to the Church Digital podcast. This is the gaming network. So I bring in friends I have met in gaming who, whether they call themselves this or not, I think of them as a digital missionary, somebody who is in a digital space, and friends that are gamers doing ministry in gaming sphere. And so we just have a great conversation about what they're doing, how they got started, what God is doing in this space, because God is up to some really, really cool things. So glad to have all of you in here. Wordy Girl, welcome in.
Glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me, by the way.
Well, yeah, and I love that you wore a flat cap for the occasion. You have many hats, and I'm a little jealous of the bright red. There are some colors on my to get list, so there's hats I'll look at all day, and I'll go, yeah, that's nice. I might get one eventually. And then there are a couple of them that are top tier priority. So when I find a bright yellow one, I have full permission to buy it, because it's going to be mine. I've been looking for that one for like 30 years since I had my first one that was a really light yellow. I can never find one. So that's always, I can buy it, no questions asked. Yep. And red is on second tier. So it's ooh, is it a good deal? Is it exactly the one I want? Then I get to say yes. Otherwise, like, this is a dark blue. It's kind of nice. It goes with my outfit. If it matches an outfit well, that's a third tier one. And then a novelty one might be somewhere in between. Who knows what's going to happen? So I appreciate you coming in and hanging with us here with the Church Digital. I don't know. Are you over in the Church Digital community or not?
I have peeked in a bit. I am not as active as I should be. It is a very interesting thing. Now, there was a convention or something. I do know you were part of it, the VR side.
Yeah, we just had a conference a couple of weeks ago, April 2nd, not April 1st, because digital ministry is no joke. It's not an April Fool's joke. It was on April 2nd, because digital ministry is no joke. It's a real thing, and friends of mine like you are doing it. And so, yeah, it was, oh my goodness, it was fantastic. We stretched the limitations of what a digital conference can do. We did out-of-the-box thinking. We're still processing through all that. By the time people will watch this in YouTube, hopefully all of the videos from the conference will be available, but only for those who signed up. It's exclusive for those who signed up. So even those who signed up and missed it, you'll be able to get access to it later on if you signed up. Those exclusive 1,400 people globally. So a lot more people could have signed up, and we had 1,000 that we could verify different IP addresses attended the conference. So I think that's pretty fantastic.
Yes, that was amazing. I was actually part of that, and it was so much going on. I briefly popped into the VR chat side, and I was talking to you. I don't know if you knew it was me, but I didn't have an account on VR chat. So I was like, oh no, how do I get back to the other thing? But yeah, it was so great, because even though there were a few technical difficulties, it just showed how much was going on and how many people actually wanted to like join in to this amazing ministry, and there were so many speakers, and it was like an actual big conference, like an in-person conference where there's so much going on that you can't see everything, you can't be everywhere. But that's why I will be very grateful when the videos come out, because there was so much. I wanted to see you on the other side as well, but I didn't get a chance.
I know. Yeah, and being on the VR side, I didn't get to see all the speakers in the other side. And yeah, we had our technical hiccups and learning curve there. And boy, we adjusted, and we're going to learn a lot and be able to just do even more impact going forward with that. So let's kind of back up and not talk about so much the Church Digital. I just wanted to, for those people who know the Church Digital already, whether they would know you or not, or whether just Twitch people are going to know you. But I know you, and I don't remember how long ago we met. I don't know. I'd have to go look and do a search in the follow and see how long it is. But I think it's been about a year, it seems like to me. Time goes by so quickly. So how about, what was it for you that caused you to decide to get started in being in a place like Twitch? How did you get started, and then how has that changed over time?
Yeah, I can't even remember when I first met you on Twitch here. But it feels like it's been such a long time, but yet a short time at the same time. And I feel like if I figure out, I'm gonna be like, what? Really? But yeah, I feel like the story of me starting on Twitch is very unique, as in I did not originally start out necessarily to be a Christian content creator. I am a Christian, and I do, proclaim Christ in everything I do, but I wasn't specifically going to be like, I'm going to be a church online, I'm going to be a minister online, I'm just going to be myself online. And share, Christ with everyone. So what happened was, I am part of a writing community. It is called World Anvil. So I'm part of a lot of writing communities. But World Anvil was hosting their summer camp one year, and I was a judge of one of their categories. So if you're unfamiliar with World Anvil, you can write articles in your fictional worlds, and then it's just a lot of world building. So if you have characters, if you have places and things and stuff like that, you can just make a whole wiki page about your fiction. And in summer camp, it's inspiring people different prompts to go ahead and, share their work around the community. So the category that I was judging was a character category. So I said, how about I, stream and read people's articles on my stream? Yeah. So actually, I
like that.
Yeah, the year before, actually, when they did summer camp the first time, I tried to stream one time on Twitch. I did not really know about Twitch very much. I did not watch Twitch very much, so I started, and I had it where my beloved bot handsome co-host was making it so that people could not chat until they were following my channel for 30 minutes, and then I ended my stream before that happened. And I was just on my work break, and I was like, okay, and I don't even remember what I was doing, and then I just okay, bye, and I just turned it off, and then people in the Discord were saying I was watching, but I couldn't say anything, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing. So the next year, I improved from that, but I was, looking at me now, still not as improved as I could have been. But I said, okay, I'm going to try to get back into it. I had actually just got laid off from my job, my weekday job. So I work too much. But I got laid off. So I was like, okay, it's summer. I'm going to try to lean into my entrepreneur stuff, try to make some more money. Anyways, and maybe I can start the streaming thing. So since I didn't have to be in that work schedule, I could stream at all times of day. I was messaging everybody who had entered the article contest thing and say, do you want me to read your stuff on stream? And there's so many people from all around the world, different time zones, different countries and stuff like that. And so I was able to stream at different hours of the day for everybody. And I ended up just like, becoming affiliates so fast because everybody was coming to see me read their articles. And then they were also, saying, hey guys, she's going to read my article. So everybody was following me and everybody was, chatting in the chat, and I was able to stream a lot of hours and a lot of consecutive days and all that stuff to become affiliate really, really fast. So that's kind of how I got my start. And like I said, it's not necessarily that I was coming in to be a minister on the stream, but in everything I do as myself, I always do, say God bless and all that stuff. And when we're talking about stuff, conversations will come up, different things like that. So, but that's kind of how I kind of got into it, actually.
Oh, that's really cool. I a couple of times had thought that I was going to write a book or two. Actually, when I went to seminary, I took a track, in addition to trying to be a pastor, of the creative writing track. So I spent a ton of time. For some reason, the bot that I just added is modding you out from in the shared chat from showing everything. So you're talking about bots messing things. I just added it, so we have one, and I guess I have the settings all off. So you're getting modded from me. Sorry about that.
Oh man. Well, at least it's showing on my side. I see.
Yeah. But I was going to say, so I thought, I took creative writing classes in seminary, which was really a different place to have it, because part of what my intent of thinking through it was not to be C.S. Lewis or to be Tolkien, but to write things with an intentional, hidden meaning in there for people to be able to find was part of what I was going to plan to do. And then I got busy in ministry, and it was like, I don't have any time to write. But I'll tell you what, I haven't told a lot of people this. You have inspired me on that level of things. So part of the reason why I started, I don't know if it's been a month, 2 months now, but I knew it was going to happen this year. So over on my fish channel, because why settle for 2 channels when you can have 3? So over on my fish channel, on Mondays and Fridays, I have co-working stream, so that I don't do it both Monday and Friday, but one of those 2 days I will pick and write. So I didn't write on Monday, so I guess that means Friday I will be spending at least 2 hours writing on one of the 3-4 books that I have in my head to write. So I appreciate the encouragement and the thought, because going live to write seems like a weird thing to do. But yet I've developed over the couple of years, and then watching you, hey, I can share my journey with other people while I'm doing it, which is really, really fun, I think.
Wow, I'm so glad you got inspired by that. But yes, your fish channel, we have rated it a couple of times, and it's just pretty nice to just chill out and watch those fish. And I love the different views you have of like the sun, the set and sunrise and stuff as well.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't realize until I've known for some time now, but you're like co-working with the fish. I'm like, wow, that's cool. You actually appear on the screen and you're writing together. So that's amazing. That's great. And I'm glad that you find that helpful.
Yeah, and I've started trying to watch a few other co-working streamers to get some tips. And one of them, I got to figure out this bot, but a bot that you can have that people will type in what they're working on. It'll put a list on the screen for people. Here's what I'm working on. It's like, oh, that's really cool. But yeah, it's just a thing in development. So I didn't plan to do that initially. I just started because, hey, I've got a pond and I want to have a camera for it. Wait, I can put this on stream. So I did it on my own stream. And then I started doing I'm going away for the weekend or the week and I'm not streaming. You can watch the fish while I'm gone. And then it became its own channel. So, that's been part of that 4-year journey. Is really weird to think about that, of where I started, and I couldn't have envisioned that now. So to go back to you, when you started, it was just I could try this. I can do this. Let's see what happens. When did you go from that initial, hey, I can share these, to you're going to use the stream for something you're doing yourself?
Yeah, so I was basically inspired by, other writing streamers and stuff like that. As you said, you got inspired by me being a writing streamer. A lot of people don't know that there are a lot of writing and co-working streamers that have been on the platform for a long time. Like a lot of people don't know there are a lot of Christian streamers. And the way to find them is through tags, which a lot of people are like, I found you through the so-and-so tag. I found you through the Christian tag. I'm like, oh, nice. So the discoverability on Twitch is really neat. And but you do have to start up with your own community if you're trying to quickly become affiliate. But there is discoverability, and new people will straggle in all the time. And it's fun to find new people and like try to raid new people. And just once you meet a community or a person, you're gonna find, oh, it's Hell's Hive in the chat as well. We raided into a person who raided them. No, wait, we raided them yesterday. We were suggested to raid. Yes. So yeah, that's the thing. When you raid a person, then you will find a whole community of people who are already following them and people who they know and all kinds of stuff like that. So, when I was like, okay, I'm reading other people's articles. So now, what am I going to do? I'm not necessarily always reading other people's articles. I have my own articles. But I am weirdly aware. I don't usually read my own articles on stream, but I'm trying to do that more sometimes. I actually have a redeem now where people can say, let me see, basically. And it makes it where they get to see what I'm working on. Because a lot of times I am just working on something that they can't see in the background, but I'm typing and I have the little keyboard going. But I guess to answer the question, I was inspired by other writing streamers who like just do co-working and just I was trying to figure out what is kind of my brand, what kind of thing will I do. And since my current project is Secret Agent Someone, which is a writing project that I've been writing on, I liked how you could get different emotes and different sound effects and stuff like that happen. I was like, okay, I want him to talk and laugh and stuff like that. So I kind of did that. And then I was like, okay, of course, as a Christian, I want people to know that I am a Christian. So I always do, mention God, pray on stream sometimes and stuff like that. So I actually have as one of the cheapest 2 redeems in my chats are read a scripture card and prayer request, and both of those are only 1 channel point redeems. So I can,
That's really easy to do then.
Yeah, so anybody, even if they've just followed, can redeem it.
Yeah. Well, I have prayer, probably the cheapest thing on mine, but I picked the number 7 because 7 is the number of totality and completeness. So we're going to totally cover you in prayer. Not that the person knows that, but that's the fun thing I did. What do you with your prayer cards? How soon did you start doing that, and where did you resource your prayer cards from? Did you make all of those? Did you just pick random scriptures? Did you buy a pack of those? What are those from?
All right, so I don't actually remember when I got the prayer cards as a redeem. I do know I had prayer requests as a redeem probably from the beginning. Now these prayer cards, they sell them at the Dollar Tree, so they're very inexpensive. And I just, whenever I had first seen them, because I do work at Dollar Tree as a cashier, but I used to shop there even before working there. And when I see these, I'm like, they're so cute. Sometimes I give them away as a box, or sometimes I give the individual cards away to people. So I was like, that can be a thing on stream. Like a random scripture. Like, I was thinking maybe a random scripture redeem or something, but I said the prayer card is something that you can see and I can take it out of the pack. And now I have this little mailbox, so when I'm done, I just put it in the mailbox. Well, you probably can't see the mailbox because...
No, the mailbox is just off. There you go. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. And it's got hearts all over it. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So I actually just got that mailbox in Valentine's Day because it was for Valentine's, but I'm like, it's red, which is my color, and it has hearts. So always love here. So it belongs all year round.
Yeah, definitely. There's no reason to exclusively have love for one day a year or even just
Exactly.
1 month. I love the kind of trying to recall. I don't know exactly. It started this way. Well, maybe it was this. The But I think that just goes to the experimentation and adaptability within streaming that allows you to utilize what your giftedness is. And the other thing I think is you come across as such a loving and caring person from the first time that I jumped in. You pause so well to welcome people in, make them feel like they are special no matter how many people are in your chat. I think I'm probably not as good at that. Not that I don't make people feel welcome, but sometimes I'm in the middle of something. It's like, yeah, I'll get to you in just a minute, and I'll say hello when I finish my thought. But I've always felt whenever I get a chance to watch you that I am part of your community, and I'm there, and you know that I'm there. So when did you said, so you didn't overtly say, hey, I'm going to be a Christian streamer, and if you started a while ago, tags weren't there to be able to put the category or the tag that said Christian. That only came later. So what was your process of deciding that, okay, I've got prayer available, I've got postcards, I've got scripture, but I want to share and be overtly, intentionally talking about my faith? What was that journey for you like?
So I just feel like my relationship with God is so heavily ingrained in my personality that it's very hard for me to separate the two. Like if I am existing in any space, be it at work or at a class or just going to the grocery store, it's like that is a part of me that you cannot like have me without that. So if I'm streaming and anybody comes into the chat, like I believe that I don't even remember if I had tags when I first started, but I didn't start too long ago. It was, I think, 2021. I feel like the previous year that I did the little mishap thing, I didn't know what I was doing, so I don't know if tags were there or not. But when I became affiliate and stuff, I made sure to put the Christian tag, and I do know some people are like, should I have the Christian tag? Sometimes if I put it, then, it might discourage people from watching. I'm just the kind of person where I'm like, it doesn't, if I feel like it might discourage people from watching, then I feel like that's something that I was like, I should do it anyway. Because I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that is part of me. So if you choose and say, oh, she has a Christian tag, I don't want that, and you don't watch me, well, I'm still going to pray for you. I pray for everybody who watches my streams, everybody who just lurks, everybody who decides to leave, everybody who sticks around. I love to just pray for everybody. And I feel that no matter how many people are watching and how many people are, it seems like even if you're streaming to nobody, I also post my VODs to YouTube, so anybody can watch them at any time. And I just feel like I pray that God speaks through me and works through me while I'm live on stream, just as would happen in real life, because this is just an opportunity to meet with me. So when different things happen in the chat, if I feel led to pray about something, or if somebody asks for prayer, I will stop and pray. If somebody has a question of scripture or different things, I am open to chat about things like that as well. So I just want to, as a streamer, let everybody know. Like, I even have the bot. I know you said you have a thing going on, but I have my bot even say God bless and stuff like that to people. So yeah. It's just part of me. And like I said before, and let me say, before I got the mailbox and before I even got the scripture cards, I had this little thing where people can redeem to put notes in this box, which obviously, see, a lot of notes are in there. And in X, in the in the chat here has put a lot of notes in there. But I also did have these little scripture fortune cookies that I would eat on stream, and then I would put the scripture in there. So then when there's a redeem to read a note out of the box, sometimes it was a scripture from the fortune cookie.
I've never seen scripture fortune cookies. Not that I'm surprised they exist. I just never thought. I don't go buying fortune cookies, so that's...
Yeah, I love them. And I was like, scripture fortune cookies. I remember when I was little and they would sell them at a little Bible bookstore that we went to. And I was like, I can probably just buy them in bulk on Amazon. And I looked them up and I did. I was like, okay, cool. Because I love fortune cookies. But scriptures makes it even better.
Oh, that is kind of, I mean, that really is kind of cool. Like if you have a fortune cookie and it's like usually superficial and means nothing. Yeah. But if you open a scripture cookie and it's got scripture in there, that's still something that should bless you with what's going on in your life. Maybe not specifically that day and moment, depending on the scripture, but they all have value. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
You were talking about your decision to, put the tag on Christian or not Christian. I think that's a decision that every streamer makes for themselves. Yeah. For instance, when I was choosing a name, and putting pastor in my name, I thought was important for me. And the reason I thought that was important is I had this experience when I was out of seminary, and I would go golfing every Thursday, and I'd play golf on the golf course, and I just do pickup games. So I'm playing with 2 or 3 people I don't know, I'll probably never see again. And we're just playing it out, having conversations, talking with them about life. And it usually was hole 9. I don't know why. It was like everybody would wait till hole 9 to finally turn and say, so what do you do for a living? I'm a pastor. And then they would just start apologizing to me for, I'm sorry for taking God's name in vain on hole 2 when I went in the water. And I'm sorry about this. And I'm sorry. I'm like, I just felt like I'm here to have fun. And yet now the whole back 9 is changed because you found out I'm a pastor now, and now you're going to treat me different. Now you're going to, it's like, I don't want anybody to come in my stream and then feel like I bait and switched you or I was hiding something from you. But I also think whether I have pastor in my name or Christian on my tag, you get both sides of the people that will avoid you and both sides of the people that will come in to troll you. You get Christians that will troll you, and you get non-Christians who will troll you. So it's like, I think it's just a decision that you make about your own stream and your own personality and how you're going to handle things coming in. The thing is, I found that having pastor as a tag or in the name, and then Christian as a tag, does not stop atheists, does not stop Buddhists, does not stop Muslims from coming and watching me. Yeah. They have a level of freedom on this platform to not have anyone watching over their shoulder to come in and get exposed to it, where they might in their community. Yeah. If I showed up at a certain place, everyone saw me come and go from there. If I'm on stream watching a streamer and hearing the love of Jesus, and I don't know why, but I want to hang out longer and I want to stick around, which is what I feel your community does so well. Is like, I just want to hang out, but I usually have other things to do. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I totally get that. But like you said, it's a decision for everybody. So like I said, there are Christian streamers who don't have the tag. I'm not going to criticize you. There's a reason why you did it. Now, if you personally feel like I don't want to because you're ashamed, that's between you and God. But if you feel like I don't want to because it's part of the thing that helps more people come in, they feel less reserved about coming in because they're scared if they see that tag. Yes, that's understandable, because we need people in all of the areas. We need some people who have the tag. We need some Christians who don't have the tag. We need some Christians who have it in their name. We need some Christians who don't have it in their name, because that just helps to reach all the people. And the best thing about this is just reaching all the people. And like you said, there are some people who you would never see them walking into a church, even if they wanted to, if they were curious about it. They may feel condemned, they may feel ashamed, or they may not be allowed to. They may not feel like it's something that's acceptable, or they may actually get in trouble for doing it. But if it's online, that's the beauty of it, which online comes with all of its flaws as well. But it also comes with some good things about you can meet so many people all around the world who you never would have met if it wasn't for the online space.
Well, you can also meet people across state you would never meet too.
Yes.
If you're in the online space.
Yeah, so it's so funny because we are from the same state, and
Yes.
we did not know at first until we met on Twitch, which is funny.
Yep. It is. Well, and we've tried to see if we could meet up. It hasn't worked out yet, but it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Hopefully.
We're not too far away.
Not at all.
But I think the funniest one was, so the pastor that was across town from me is the one that got me into VR. He now lives over by you. He moved to the other side of the state.
Oh, wow.
And then I had his replacement suddenly show up and start chatting in my stream. And he didn't know who I was. I didn't know that, so we didn't know that we had this mutual connection and that he was at the church. So I actually said, hey, I'm going to come to your church on Sunday. And I went over and checked it out and got a cup of coffee with him one day. But it's like, that's weird to meet somebody in your Twitch stream first that lives 5 miles, 5 minutes from your house. The the 3 hour drive, that makes more sense. The 3 hour flight, that makes sense, but the 3 minute, that was a surprise to me.
It's like, wow. That's amazing. But it's fun because people can literally be from anywhere, including down the street. They could be from across the world or down the street. And they can just tune into your channel. So that's just part of the reason why I'm like, I am always trying to be my authentic self when I am streaming. And be kind to all, and also, oh wow, you're getting a raid.
Oh, I'm getting a raid. I'm like, what alerts go? Oh, I'm watching you people. Is coming here. Let me announce everybody coming in. No, I didn't set up a different cam for that. All right, North Hill Live is raiding with a party of 9. I'm watching you people. Behold, thou hast been raided by North Hill Live. By the way, North Hill Live, good friend of mine. He was on the podcast last week or so, I want to say. But anyway, he is a pastor, has a church. And Disco Bear, good to see you. North Hill, blessings family. Starcasted. Good. Oh, you're over on the other side. You didn't come with the raid. I'm shouting everybody out. Welcome in. Thank you. You're saying I'm a little echoey. Is it me or is it Wordy Girl that's echoing? I'm watching.
If it's echoing because you're loud in my headphones, maybe that's happening. Hopefully.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. We'll just carry on. We'll carry on. So anyway, thank you all for the raid. Appreciate it so much. One of those things, like, this will happen in the podcast. If you're in a different realm watching this and you don't understand what raids are, and this is your first time watching. So what a raid is that people come in from their community and they bring all of the people watching them to the next place that they are going to watch. So North Hill Live was doing a stream. He finished his stream. He brought all his community over here to the Church Digital so that they could hang out with the Church Digital for a while. I love this concept. This is really one of my favorite things that Twitch does, because it really creates community. It helps you find other people that you wouldn't find, because I know North Hill Live. He trusts me. He brings people over here to leave them with me. If you're on when I leave, Wordy Girl, I'm over and ready to raid you and trust my people with you. Now, there's also the other side of, let's go explore someone new. This might be a bust, but we're going to go check it out. And sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not so great.
Yeah, but that has happened before also. As we were talking about Hale's Hive in the chat, somebody suggested we raid Hale's Hive, and it was a lovely time when we went over there. And I was glad to have finally even caught a stream, as I realized I was following, but I didn't ever actually watch the stream before. But that was a very lovely stream. So it's good to meet new people, like you said, but it's also good to raid friends that we know. Mr. Honeyto says, love the cap. Thank you. Tip of the cap to you. So yeah, it's just a lovely platform altogether. And I do love the support of the community. And like we were talking about, when you rate new people, there are some people who are maybe writing streamers or Christian streamers or any kind of streamer who thinks I must be the only one doing this on the platform. Not like in an arrogant way, but more of a like, I'm all alone and I don't really have anybody. And they will find there is a community. It's just you have to find the people first. And then you're like, okay, now we have a network of people. And then we might raid into each other. We might help find other people and stuff like that. So it's always great to network with people and find different people who do different things. And, you know, everyone's unique and we all have our similarities and our differences, but that's what makes it very special.
Yeah, I love the differences that we have, and the similarities we have is a love for God, a love for gamers, whether we are a gamer or not. We love the gamers who are here. I don't really consider myself a gamer. I'm gamer adjacent. I like certain games, but I'm very niche in what I play. And I'm usually a one-player game, so I don't play with other people. I just want to beat the game on easy mode, and that's it. I'm not trying to be anybody that's bragging. I just want to enjoy some time doing that. So the thing you're talking about community there is, I think one of the things that I love about the Church Digital is we are trying to give encouragement to people who are doing this. We are trying to be and draw people together in the same place who are doing things.
I just wanted to hear you say
so that you didn't know I existed, and I didn't know you existed until something brought us together. And I can't remember who it was or what community connection it was. Sometimes I remember specifically. I don't remember if it was one of those times, and this happens to me, where I wake up early and I have nothing going on and I don't want to start anything and wake my wife up. So I turn on Twitch and see who's around. I feel like it could have been that. And I found you in the middle of the night streaming, and I'm like, this is really cool. And so I followed you. I don't know if it was that, because I do that occasionally, or if it was in someone else's stream, but I think it was the middle of the night thing. I have a feeling, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I really want to figure out. I do know that I found Christian Ninja and I found Taco, and you were familiar with them already. But then I do remember seeing in CMS, I believe, is it? And,
a Nerd Culture Ministry Summit, yes.
You're a part of that as well, I believe.
Yes.
So I remember seeing about it and like joining their Discord or something, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm just following them, but I'm not necessarily branded as an official streamer of theirs, because I think they have like an application process or something like that. So I don't remember, but I do remember it was sometime around there that I found out about you. I don't know if it was just that you joined into my stream or if it was from a taco raid or something, because I do know sometimes Ukulele would raid you as well, because she streams right before you sometimes in the morning.
Yeah.
But yes, I loved the whole tip of the cap and all that stuff, and just watching your streams. And your streams are so chill. And like you said, you felt like you don't really do the welcoming thing as much, but you do. I feel very welcome in your stream, and reading just like the Bible, and just like sometimes I was like, okay, I think we're just gonna raid and run, but then I end up actually staying for a long time because it's very entertaining. It's just community as well. Just like reading through the Bible is wonderful. It sounds like a big room.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's what it sounds like to me, but they're saying echo. Let me just double check some settings here a minute before we go on.
Still coming through my webcam mic? Because I didn't think so.
I'm not hearing an echo from you, so that's where, if you want to keep talking to make sure, change
Okay.
settings.
Let's see. Do you guys still hear an echo right now? Also, those of you in my stream, can you hear an echo?
That sounds better on my side. Is she still coming through?
Okay, I hope so. I'm just gonna keep talking. I do see that. Let's see.
It's
Five
better
Luces,
now.
welcome,
All right.
welcome in.
Thank
Disco
you.
Bear is better now. Great, awesome. Oh,
right.
I'm glad it's good now.
You're saying yours is fine. So,
Wordy.
this is one of those. This is one of those fun things. If one of us
Yes.
ends up with a bad copy of it, we can share with each other the finished copy,
Yes.
so we can share wherever we need to share it. So, I think that's fantastic. Of the dual streaming is fun that way. So we both have our own copies to be able to share with our communities and invite other people to be a part of it. So. Those who came in with North Hill Live, I don't know if you know Wordy Girl or not. I just made the assumption you did, and I didn't make the assumption that everyone knew me from North Hill. I should just say, so the Church Digital. This is what I was saying. I sometimes just don't think those things through. I just get focused on what we're having a great conversation about. So the Church Digital is a ministry of like-minded people that are helping to support missionaries or people to become digital missionaries. So we see ourselves as a digital missionary sending agency. I am focused in the gaming world for digital missionaries. Others are focused on other platforms. So if you go over to YouTube, you will see that all of my videos will show up in the Outpost for Gaming for the Church Digital. And if you join us in Discord, that also will be where those things are at. So that's who I am, or that's who I'm representing. I am Flat Cap Dapper Pastor, and I stream on Twitch as well. And I also have a fish pond stream, and I've been a pastor, yes, a real-life pastor for many, many years. I'm actually going to, over Mother's Day weekend, 20th anniversary of graduating from seminary. So I'm kind of excited about that and to see what God has done in those 20 years. Could not picture myself sitting right here, right now, doing any of those things. So I am seeing that North Hill tried to give me, or Lucis tried to give me a shout out, and my bot command is incorrect. Go figure. Go figure. And Wordy Girl, just quick introduction
It happens.
to everybody that came in for you.
Oh, yes. I did give you a shout out on my side as well. I don't know if they're going to allow me to do it again, but I can do it shared chat, but I don't think it's going to work because
The bot keeps hitting anything
your settings.
you post. Yeah.
But anyway, I am Wordy Girl, and Wordy Girl, I am a streamer, a variety streamer, I like to say. So I do stream games sometimes, but I also do stream writing, co-working streams. Sometimes I do interviews and podcasts like this, and I just do all kinds of different things. I am a Christian, of course, and that comes through in all of the things I do. And today I'm wearing a flat cap because the Honorable Flat Cap Dapper Pastor has invited me today.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, that's what mods are amazing for. Mods help us focus. Mods correct the stuff in the chat that we get wrong and get us back on track. So yeah, you're back. You weren't ignoring. Yeah, no problem, North Hill. We understand the deal when you raid, and well, I need to figure out how to plan a raid where I can stick around for an hour instead of staying live until my meeting starts in 5 minutes. That's what I do. I stay live until like, oh, I have a meeting at 5. Okay, everybody, we got a raid, and I trust this person. You're gonna have fun. Goodbye now, and leave.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing too, is there are difficulties along the way with streaming. What are some of the difficulties that you have faced in your time as a streamer? What has gotten as barriers you had to overcome, or obstacles to rail against? What have been some of those experiences for you?
Yeah, so I think as they were saying in the chat, North Heel was timed out by the bot accidentally because of the raid message. Yeah. So one of the obviously, I think every streamer has issues with technical difficulties. As I was saying, when I had first gone live that years ago, and the bot was like timing everybody out and making it where nobody could chat. Clearly, technology is one of the obstacles that I do have to face. But I am just a person who is like, just do stuff. So I just try to keep going, keep praying, keep going, keep doing stuff. If I get setback or if I find something out, I'm like, use that as a lesson. And now I know, let's try again. So I think the main thing, I feel like, I don't know, technology is a lot of what happened. But a lot of times when technology goes wrong, it ends up leading to something bigger and better. Because I was at first using a software that soon became outdated and soon got discontinued. And the only reason why I transferred out of there was because it crashed one day and all my scenes were gone. And I was like, I do not want to set all this up again. And somebody told me about OBS. So I was like, okay, let's use OBS. And then I did that, and I think something happened again with OBS update, and then it reset all my scenes. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I decided to move to Streamlabs desktop. So that's what I'm using now. And I feel like it's the best for me at this moment. But I do feel like technology is always fluctuating. And in this space, especially online, you're going to have to go with the flow and update and move. And there's going to be some things like, oh man, I wanted it to stay like it was at first. Like, nope, we're changing now. So I feel like a lot of streamers just have, technical issues, but the main thing is you just have to push past. And of course, get advice from your community and like Googling stuff and all that stuff, because it is helpful to learn. And when I learn, I also like to share what I learned with others, especially if they are going through something similar. And I'm like, oh man, I went through that, so I can help you out. So it's good. Just like with anything in life, any setbacks and experiences can be used as a testimony and to help others.
Oh, absolutely. I hope on some level I encourage people when I have all of these problems and my mods are helping me and, oh, wait, the bot's too strict. Well, at least I got the bot up yesterday. So I thought we would at least have a bot today, and the bot is now causing problems. This is something that we have grace for one another, that we can, show the world that we don't have to have the image that a lot of people think of. Christians are just a spoil sport. Christians are just going to stop everybody from having fun. Christians take themselves far too seriously. I mean, come on, I call myself Flat Cap Dapper Pastor. I'm not taking myself very seriously at all. I want to have fun. I poke fun of myself probably as much as anyone else is going to. And I think that that's one of those things that, like you're talking about, it helps you overcome obstacles when they happen. It overcomes the difficulties that happen. If you're not just Debbie Downer about everything and think that the world is falling apart, Chicken Little, whatever your analogy is, it's doom and gloom every time you look out there. Well, who would want to be with you? That'd be really difficult.
Yeah. So it's a good balance to try to, not be always, like you said, Debbie Downer, and to embrace the, obstacles and challenges, to learn from them and to learn to laugh about it, because sometimes laughing about it is a big help because you're just like, you know what? That happened. And guess what? I can't rewind time. It happened. So let's just try to do better next time. And it's even with me, like you said, you have great mods. Much love to the great mods. I personally don't even have mods. So usually, besides my own bots, I don't really have mods, so I'm either trying to mod at the same time while streaming, and if somebody's in the chat and then I try to address them, I'm like, okay, I think this person might be trolling or it might be a bot, so then I just keep an eye on them, and then I'm like, okay, time out. So yeah, it's a challenge also in that way, that a lot of times I'm kind of just like a one-woman show where I'm like always doing all the stuff. Which I do know, it is important to have help. It's important to have a community. It's important to have somebody to lean on, but sometimes I'm just like, all right, let's do this. And I just try to do it.
Well, I've been fortunate for the most part. I think when I started streaming, a couple of people just immediately said, "Can I mod for you?" And I'm like, "Sure." I don't know what that is and why. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't even know what to tell you to do. You already know how to do it. Great, because I don't know how to train you to do it. The other thing I've done a couple of times, I did this with ukulele for worship. I think this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was. During Christmas season, like, there were no mods around at that time of day. Everybody was gone at her normal time, and I'm like, yeah, my mods are gone too. How about we mod each other? I'm not asking you to be there, as I know you're at work, but hey, if I mod for you and you mod for me and we support each other, then we're going to be helpful if those problems come up. Otherwise, yeah, if you don't have any problems, you can be a one-person show for the most time. But if you all of a sudden have a bunch of trolls happening and you got bots coming in that are attacking your stream, and thankfully, like, SurveyBot does a great job of banning those kinds of things. I'm glad I have that now. I didn't have it before. I think I ended up with one stream where I had 1,000 followers because a bot came in and kept spamming me with followers, and then, okay, that was fun. But those are the quirks of this kind of platform that you can go into and bring the light of Christ to. Go ahead, respond if you wanted. I was going to ask another question, but
No, I was saying I was there for a chaotic time last year when a lot of bots and old accounts and hacked accounts were spamming the chats, and I was thankful also to some people in the community who were like, okay, there's things you can do like download SuriBot, which I didn't do though because I didn't want it to ban real people. So there's a balance between bot and real mods, but I do know it's necessary for those, especially if your chat is going so fast and you're like, I can't do all that, I can't keep up. It's good to have a bot to just take care of it. Better safe than sorry. But I also did change settings in my channel to make it where you cannot chat unless your account is this old or you have a verified phone number and stuff like that. So that's another thing to do as well. But I am grateful for those who share tips and stuff like that, because that is very important, especially when chaotic things like that happen.
Oh yeah, and like both of us, I think, really rely on community with other streamers. And it's interesting how much I see in the Christian space, in digital space, that we are open and we are inviting and we are sharing and we are encouraging one another. Whereas at times when I was in a physical church and I would make suggestions about going down the road and talking with another church who's doing something, it would be, oh, wait, they're our competition now. And I'm like, they're following Jesus. How are they our competition? Well, what if somebody goes down the road to them? Then they go down the road to them and they're still following Jesus. What's the problem? But in the digital space, it feels like we are much more open to helping and supporting others. By the way, with the Siri bot, it does show me when those happen, and almost, I should say, without question, the ones that I've seen it bans are the people posting, here's how to get viewers. That's who it's banning.
Yeah.
is just the people that come in, here's how to get viewers, is to do this. Ban, they're out. I haven't seen it ban, I don't think, anyone else except for that type of a person. The other thing is I took the thought of, well, if someone is a real person, they can apply to be unbanned, and I can unban them. So
nice.
But Yeah, there's all those things that you learn and you do for yourself what works for you. You learn from others. As far as doing this, what is your plan as far as, okay, so you are a streamer. How often are you streaming? How does that work with your job that you have? What is your long-term hopes within the space? Are you I know you're affiliate. Are you hoping to be partner? Are you hoping to do more ministry? Are you hoping to be more of a writer? And then you just happen to stream that you're writing. I'm guessing that being a dollar store cashier isn't the long-term goal, but if it puts food on the table, you do what you need to. So what is kind of your thoughts as far as being in the Twitch space and being a digital missionary, and overall, what are you doing?
Yeah, so my story is kind of long. I'm not gonna turn this into that.
We've got plenty of time. You can share as much as you feel comfortable with.
Okay, well, some of you guys probably do know, like I was saying, when I first started in Twitch, I had technically my first stream was on break at my job, which was probably 3 years ago now. I don't know. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And I was working from home though. But then the very next year I got laid off from that job. So I had an office job during the week and then being a cashier on the weekends in the mornings, which is already a lot. And then once I got laid off though, for that summer, I was like, okay, let's try to do this content creation thing, because I was already doing some stuff, but not like streaming on Twitch. I was doing a lot of, freelancing and a lot of entrepreneur stuff. I was already a writer and creative, but I wasn't streaming on Twitch. So I did that during that summer. After I got hired at another job, I said, okay, we're going to still keep streaming. So I was still working 7 days and then trying to stream when I could. Sometimes it was up to 3 days out of the week. Sometimes it was just like 2 or 1 day out of the week. But I tried to stream at least every month, like have a new schedule, because sometimes, like this month, I've been trying to stream every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then some months I'll be like, okay, Christmas falls on this day. I don't think I want to stream at 8 a.m. Let's change the schedule up. So I just try to stream when I can fit it in. But I have been also laid off from that job, which is a thing, for about a year now. So I've still been a cashier on the weekends and the mornings, which I've been since 2015. But besides that, I've just been trying to pour myself into my entrepreneur endeavors, into my things like this, content creating, streaming, writing, all that stuff. So I'm very grateful to those who donate and support and follow my projects and, show support to me. It is greatly appreciated, but it is very challenging to navigate. Whether I have a job, it's challenging because it's busy, or if I don't have a job, it's challenging because it's busy still, because I'm trying to do all the hustling and continue to provide. But I do know ultimately God is the one who provides. But it still can be stressful when things are happening like this. But like I say, I always just try to keep praying and keep going. Mainly, when I got laid off the first time, I was like, God, do you want me to try to go all in on my entrepreneur stuff, or what? Because I was applying to jobs and not getting hired, or it's not the pay that I need, or it's like, okay, so am I just gonna do my own thing? So that's what I tried to do. And I did get some support, which was good, but it wasn't really what I would consider enough to supply.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm still looking for a job. So I was grateful when I got hired. That particular job though was literally the only job I've ever had where I felt like I was ready to leave. And that's saying something, because like I just said, I've been at Dollar Tree since 2015, and they're not the best job in the world. But it's not like I feel like I need to get out of here. So when I was laid off from that one, I was just like, well, it's the way that they were doing things, and it was just so messy. So I was like, well, it's time to go. So I tried to focus more and try to do things, but ultimately, as you said, what's my plan? My plan is just to pray and continue to keep praying, keep going, ask God, what do you want me to do? Because I want to do what God wants me to do. I want to, if God wants me in this digital space primarily, then I want to be in this digital space primarily. And even though things look tough and it's like, what's going to happen? God is ultimately the provider. So I'm doing what I can and doing what I feel that He is leading me to do. So that's mainly my goal.
Yeah.
It's not an actual plan with a map, but God is holding the map.
Yeah, I'm just going to see. Will it let me repost your? There it is. I'm sharing your coffee because your auto message is getting modded. So if anyone
and
does,
I didn't even do that really.
No, it's just
I guess
your timer.
I was just talking about Kofi, and then it just automatically popped up.
There you go.
I mean, yeah. Well, there we go. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think so. That's why I like asking that, is because I think a lot of people are like, I don't know yet what it is. God hasn't fully revealed the vision to me, and I am trying to discern between, is this something God's calling me to? Is this something that I enjoy enough to do it for a long time? Is this a season that God is teaching me something and then I can go use it and apply it elsewhere? Is this the lifelong calling? And boy, I didn't see myself being a streamer 20 years ago. Like, I didn't go to seminary to be a Twitch streamer. That's a weird thought. But it's that I want to say that genuineness of people seeing a need and just starting to respond to the need in the chat, starting to respond to the need in the community, not worrying about where everybody is at. Do I have all the training? Do I have all of the things I need? Is this the long-term thing? Just saying, well, I'm going to do this for now and see what God does. I'm going to wait for God to lead before I do more. If I think I'm moving in this direction, is God affirming what I'm doing? I think it was. So just to back up, and I don't think I've talked about this on any of the other streams yet, but I think it was 4 years ago that I first got introduced to the Church Digital, and it was my pastor friend across town that said, hey, you should go have a conversation with Jeff at the Church Digital. And I'm like, okay. And I did, and I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm going back to what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing over there. I didn't see it because God hadn't called me yet to it. And then later, another pastor friend of mine, Mark, the Lift from Lux Digital Church, said, hey, you need to go have a conversation with the Church Digital. And I did. I was like, okay, I'm starting to see what this might do. Let me hang out and be there. And it's just been a gradual, okay, what's the next step? What's the next thing? Which has brought me to now I'm doing a podcast. I never planned on doing a podcast. What am I going to do for a podcast? I'm going to bring on friends, and I'm going to just chat about doing ministry. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my
Big
goodness.
Unk is raiding with a party. Oh my
no.
goodness. Big Unk. I'm going to apologize right now. You're going to get banned for a lot of messages because I just set the bot up and I have it set too strict. So sorry, everyone being banned for a few minutes here. My apologies. It's just banning everybody.
7,575 just followed.
Well, welcome in, guys. And thank you to whoever did donate to my Ko-fi as well. I appreciate that. Much love. Somebody just donated to me. When you put the link, I appreciate
89
that.
just followed.
I'm getting a bunch of followers. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Let me see. Can I see how many followers we have? Yeah, we might hit 200 followers if we get enough people today.
My
That'd be
husband's
super cool.
blessing just followed.
Hey! Congratulations.
Okay. I'm thinking we'll get an alert. I know we got to be close, but I don't know the actual number. Let me see if I can find everybody coming in.
When
and thank you as you come in.
246
I would
just
like to thank
followed.
you all. I will probably miss somebody, so I apologize. 9P I can't pronounce that. ASEAN? 9, welcome in. My husband's blessing. That's kind of fun name. Big Unk, you're good, and God bless you. Dude, I need to get you on. We'll get it figured out. Big Unk, you're going to be on here someday. Appreciate you, friend. Altus Rebbe, living in the light in all you do. You will do nothing wrong, but waiting for heaven to give you a sign will cause you to miss out on God's will. Dude, that is awesome. Appreciate that.
Shell Bell for
Shell
you
Bell,
just followed.
thank you. And welcome in. Too many emotes. Yes, too many emotes. I got to change. I just got the bot. I did it wrong. My apologies. All of you getting banned for the very nice raid logo there. Just me, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you. Many blessings. I don't know. I'm missing half of this, I'm sure. Big Unk, yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Let me see if I can see all the alerts here. So I have a bit goal. I just hit 75%. That's awesome. Cool. I don't even know what the goal is. So, all right. Anyway, everybody coming in. So, Fish Tank Naturals. Ooh, I might have to take and follow that one. Not that I wouldn't follow others, but I have my own fish channel. So, very nice. Let me welcome all of you in who are coming in with the raid from Big Unk. Big Unk, KB, thank you. I appreciate you so much, friend. And more biddies coming in with the Bowain. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Oh, ads are coming in. Sorry. Bummer on the ads. Let me check my
Fish
channel
Tank
over
Naturals just followed.
Feel sorry if you guys are in ads.
here. Yeah.
Some of them are in ads on my side.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
I
Ads
don't
on
know
your
if they're
side,
in
not my
ads on your
Okay.
side.
Okay. Bowain. All right. I was close. I was close. Thank you. B. Wayne. There we go. B. Wayne. I was trying to make it one name. Anyway, I am Flat Cap Dapper Pastor, and this is the Church Digital, where we are trying to help equip people to be digital missionaries in digital spaces. My focus is in the gaming sphere. That's why I'm having friends on like Wordy Girl who are doing things in the digital space. I'm going to get KB on, Kingdom Business. I'm going to get Big Unk on here. We're gonna do a podcast maybe a month. Who knows? We'll get it down the road. It'll happen. And I just bring friends on, talk with them about what they're doing in ministry. How did they get started? When did they make the choice to do things? How is God leading them? What obstacles have you overcome? And just, other things, talking about missionaries in digital spaces, being a light in a dark place. So thank you. Welcome all in. Whether you are Christian or not Christian, you are welcome here. You're welcome to ask questions. Most of the time on this stream, I'm going to be focused on conversation, but we'll be paying attention to the chat. Wordy Girl is my guest today. Wordy Girl, would you like to quickly introduce yourself to everyone coming over from Big Unk?
Yes, hello. Some of you guys may know me already. My name is Wordy Girl, and I am a variety Christian streamer. So I love to share the love of God, the love of Christ with everyone. And I am known for doing writing streams, co-working streams, and sometimes playing games and community fun as well. So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for the raid, and thank you for the people who are cheering bits also on my channel as well. I appreciate it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes with the stream rolling. Who's are they? Where are they at? But that is just so much fun. And anybody that's watching this later in the VOD, you're missing out on the fun. I'm not saying you are missed, and I appreciate you watching the VOD later. That's super appreciated. But I'm just saying you missed it out on the live action and excitement that was happening, and you can't even see the chat that's just blowing up with everything. So sorry, you missed that. So if you watch the replay on Twitch, you'll see it. If you're watching the VODs on YouTube, you just missed it. That's all there is to it. What do we have now? I thought we were watching with the cheers.
But yes, that's one of the things I love about Twitch, though. It's a live experience.
Oh, yes.
And it's just like so many people together in one room, but they're far apart. or they could be across the state, but
Yeah, and I think part of the fun of the live, not that this is different, or it is different than preaching live. Preaching live has a set order in which I'm supposed to preach and you're supposed to listen, and depending on the culture of the church, there may be response and call, but there is not a, hey, I have a question, pastor, let me ask in the middle of a sermon. There isn't a, hey, let's do a Q&A at the end. I get to do all of that on Twitch as a live thing, and if we don't get to all of the passage we're reading today, there's tomorrow. We dive in whenever we get to it. We go off on a side conversation, whatever it may be. It's just fun in that live capacity to utilize the platform for the way it's designed rather than force my plans on the design of the platform. And that's where I constantly love the experimenting with new things and trying new things. So the podcast thing has been super fun. I have been loving the way this has been turning out. The other thing I'll say for all those who are coming in live is, Q&A after the service. Yeah, getting laughter at that. Wouldn't that be fun? I have tried it once or twice.
It would be.
People don't want to stick around is the problem. They don't want to. They just,
yes.
I came, I got what I needed, I'm out of here. Versus Twitch.
Or if they're sticking around, I mean, some cultures of church, they're sticking around, but they're just chatting and chatting. It's like the pastor's not.
Oh, yeah, pastor's not the thing after the service.
Answer.
Yes.
Not to answer questions about the service. If anything, it's just like catching up with people. Chatting in the parking lot for like 2 hours and then like go to dinner or something.
Oh, yeah. There can be ongoing fellowship, but yeah, people are not wanting more. Hey, thanks for the lurk. Is it NX?
Yep. NX, fun fact, that's a Star Trek reference of an Enterprise ship name. But NX is a member of the stream. They got a new account before it was named something else. But at first, when this account came, I was like, is that a bot? And it's like, no, that was intentional. It's a Star Trek reference. Okay.
I never paid that much attention to the names of the ships. But that's a cool reference for people that know. That's getting really into the weeds of being a nerd. Oh, yeah. I actually like doing it this way instead. Yeah,
okay.
It's
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, I don't know what the meaning of this one is, but it's probably a gang sign, and I probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, no.
Okay, I don't remember where we were at in our conversation, but we're just gonna pick up and go in a new direction.
I'm watching you over here with the other franchise.
Yes. May the 4th be with you. I missed that. Yes, Vulcan salute. There we go. What are some?
But yeah, that's coming up May the 4th.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Anyways.
No, it is. It's a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Yes, rabbit trails. I do this a lot on my stream. We get talking on. So I have not planning on putting this on the Church Digital, but we count how many times I go off on a tangent, and it's probably a third of the time we might actually remember to track the rabbit trails that I go down, and there's probably thousands that we've missed, but Revenge of the Fifth. Yeah, we're getting all of the nerdy references here in chat.
But that's another thing I love about Twitch, because it's like, you can just be a nerd here.
Oh, yes.
It's fine.
Yes, and you take your sides on which one of those you're on, or you can be on both sides. Engage, yes. Oh.
Yes.
Earl Grey, hot.
Ooh.
Earl Grey, hot. I did go with the Earl Grey today, by the way. Although I do have a second pot waiting to go when I run out, which is my own blend of flowers. So I have butterfly.
Oh, yes.
I have butterfly pea flowers. I have saffron and goldenrod. So.
Yeah, you told me you grow the leaves in your own garden yourself and steep them like the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into that, but I still like my dark black teas. So, but I limit myself to one pot of dark black tea because I don't need the caffeine. And then I switch to flowers for the rest of the day, or turmeric, ginger, stuff like that. Yes, tea, Earl Grey, hot, Star Trek, Next Generation, Jean-Luc Picard, Captain Picard, favorite tea. Yes, that's what the reference I was making for those who did not get it. Thank you. Also, he on Picard, he still does that. If you haven't seen Picard, he orders it there. Yes, take maple
Nice.
out of the trees too. I do like. You want to just talk a minute about the?
I've seen you.
Yes.
I've seen your YouTube videos of sapping the tree.
Yes.
And honestly, when I was young, we would go to like a nature center and they would take us outside in the cold winter and it's like, okay, this is how we tap the trees. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you're just doing that.
Oh, I've been
In your own
tapping
backyard.
trees for 6-7 years now. So
Wow.
I actually started by tapping them and going, oh, making maple syrup is going to be a lot of work. I'll tap the trees and use the sap to make my tea. So I'll have tree sap for my tea. And then I was like, yeah, this will give me enough maple flavor, so I better boil it off. And then after the first year, I thought, oh, can I make wine out of this? So I actually make maple syrup wine, which
Wow.
I'll have to show you some other time. There's actually will be a follow-up. So if you followed the whole series of what I was doing, probably 6 months, there'll be a follow-up of the wine being bottled and all of that. But it's got to age. It's a long way off.
Wow. And you're saying that you started off by saying maple syrup was too much.
Yes,
to
I
do.
started off with maple syrup is too much work, and now I'm making wine out of it. So, you know.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes the plan just doesn't go what we thought. When we start Twitch, we don't know where we're gonna go, and then it becomes something else.
Yeah. The whole thing. We're coming up on the anniversary. Has got to be May of my first wine. So during COVID, when that happened, I have unemployed boys living in my basement. They graduated from college, moved in my basement because they couldn't get a job. They couldn't live anywhere. And so there they were. And I wanted to have them help me do something. And I had a friend with a big field that they were going fallow for the yield, covered with dandelions. And I'd always wanted to try dandelion wine. And so I go, let's go make dandelion wine. So I dragged them along. We picked 2 5-gallon buckets full of dandelions, which you think, oh, that's easy. It was. Then I had to pick all the green off of the flower because if you have the green in there, it will be bitter. And I picked all of those. I boiled it all. I had 20 gallons of wine that I was making out of it. And then following up, and people are saying, it's 9 months before it's drinkable. And I'm like, what did I just do? Now I got to wait 9 months? I need to find something else. And so then COVID became, can I make wine out of it? I actually thought about doing a channel called Will It Wine, and then just trying things with wine. I didn't know we were going to go this direction to talk about it. So ginger wine was one of those I figured out, which is amazing. I love that. I've done spruce tips wine. By speaking of, I probably need to get out in the next month and see if there's any spruce tips. I only make a gallon of that for myself and drink it. I don't really share it because it sounds weird. And it's kind of citrusy. So you think it's going to be pine. It's more citrus than pine, honestly. But the maple syrup was one, too. Like, can I make wine out of maple syrup? We'll find out. Either it will wine or Flat Cap will wine. I love that, Papstio. Dude, that is awesome. Yes, that's awesome. So anyway, that's one of the things that in COVID, I was doing shorts and reels before shorts and reels were a thing. Didn't know that was going to be a thing, or I probably would have stuck with it.
Blow up, yeah.
But I was also
Short form
doing it.
content has gotten a big boom.
Right.
lately.
I was doing it before then, and now I'm on the wrong side. I don't care if I ever blow up. I want friends to blow up. That's what I want. I want Wordy Girl to blow up. That's what I'm looking for. I want Big Unk to blow up. I want all my friends to get big, and I can just point people. I know them. That's what I'm looking for. Papsio needs to blow up too. I'm watching you people. I mean, these are all my friends, back in the day. I knew them when. That'll be fun. Yeah, not literally, yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, not literally blow up. No, we're not calling... No. Like, did we have to say that? I guess on Twitch we do. We have to clarify.
I mean, NX is an interesting character. I'm thinking about, like, blowing up the Death Star and stuff like that.
Yes,
that kind of
yes.
thing.
Oh, all good, all fun. So anyway, yeah, the experimenting, the trying new things, to doing all of that. You want to stay a tiny streamer. You want to, yeah. Yes. And there is some value in that because we can engage a community like this. If we had 1,000 people watching us right now, it would be very difficult to engage the chat. We would just have to focus on each other and let our mods do the chat and ignore it. But being in a small community, we can be engaged with one another, and we can do that in each other and support one another. So I love that.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you about as well is, what have been 2 or 3 really important impact stories that you've had in someone else's life or that someone had in your life as you've been a streamer?
Well, like I said, I am the kind of person where I feel like I should, just stream, even if it seems like there's nobody watching. Sometimes if I feel led to stream, I stream. I've heard some stories about people, saying like, oh yeah, something happened, and if I didn't stream that day, this and that. Personally, I feel like there's not any one set significant story that I have personally, but it's more just the community as a whole, and how starting from like hardly anybody watching to slowly getting a little bit of a community. But of course, like I told you earlier, when I started, I was reading articles. So some of those people still watch, but some of those people, they were like, oh, I just watched because you read my article and that's it. So finding more people on Twitch who are your community, finding more Christian streamers, I feel like made an impact on me as well. And I've heard people say that I did make an impact on them as well, be it in the Twitch space in general. Some people have said they were inspired by me to start streaming. Even some people in the writing community were saying, when Wordy did all those reading of articles, now I feel like I wanted to stream, and then they started their stream. And even like you, when you said you wanted to do the co-working thing. But as for the Christian side, I mainly just love to show love to everyone and share the love of Christ with everyone. And in some environments, it is a little bit controversial, but sometimes there's a certain image that people have of what Christians do, and being judgy, and they don't feel welcome around a Christian because they feel like they are going to just be criticized and condemned and cast out, and nobody's going to interact with them or love them. And I just like to let people know that yes, I am a Christian, and I am. That's what you're going to get. Like I said earlier, you can't separate me from that. That is me. But I also do love you. I love you as a person. God loves you, and I want you to know that. And I have had people say before that I'm a different, like their experience with Christians is different from what they experience with me, and in a good way with me. But I feel that that's sad to me.
Yes. That
they had a bad experience elsewhere. And sometimes, different things happening, different people happening in different situations. It's just, I feel like Christians should show love and kindness and spread God's word, but with love and kindness. And it's sad to hear when people are discouraged or turned away because of certain things. So I feel like the main impactful stories I have are people who were drawn to me and drawn to Christianity through the love, and that they say, oh, it gives them a second thought on even Christianity. It gives them a second thought on God, because their previous experience may have been traumatic or may have been sad. So the main impact on my side is just that when people feel welcomed and loved and open to hearing from me, and I just feel like that is a blessing. And I just thank God that he allows people to find me and that he speaks through me to reach these people who it seems probably would give up on it if they hadn't had a loving experience.
Yeah, I hear so many stories like that. I've got my own whole list of people that I can share all of those with. I usually do ask permission from someone to be able to share their name, or I will share it without a name, and try to keep them safe as well, depending on where they are. So, well, I would say the other side that I find is those days when I don't feel like streaming. I remember that I'm not there for myself. I'm there for other people, and I don't know who I'm there for today. I don't know, and maybe I'm not there for anybody that's new. Maybe I'm there for the regulars who are there, who just need to see a friendly face, who just need to lurk in the background because their day is hard, and they just need to hear me be with them. And I get the feeling that there's a lot of people that probably lurk in your streams that have that same feeling of, I just want to have the love of Wordy Girl wash over me because I know it's the love of Jesus, and I need that today. And they may never tell you that.
Yeah, that's why I said that the main thing is the fact that here you may never know the impact you make on people. You may never know the people who were, touched by your streams. But the good thing is that you're doing it for God.
Yeah.
And he knows. And that's why I like to be in a constant state of prayer and just following what the Holy Spirit leads at any point in time. And like you said, that's different for everybody. Different people may feel to do something one way, and people might feel to do something another way, but God leads us to do things based on the situation as well, and based on the people. And it is just a blessing and an honor, I feel, to even be a vessel of God in this space. And so much potential can happen, and so many people can be reached. And I may never know all the people who are affected, but that's why it's important, as you said, to always show up for God.
Yeah. Thinking about those people in your stream, do you have mostly people that you would think profess to be a Christ follower, people who have been church hurt people, or people that are far away from God, or is it just a whole mixture of things? What is the vibe that people find and are drawn into you from?
So I personally do know there are some Christians who hang out in my chat that are openly profess Christianity. And some people I didn't know were Christians at first, and they profess Christianity in my chat. And I also have a Discord server as well. So there are some people there as well, but there are some people who I know that they may be looking. They're still not certain about their faith, but they enjoy hanging out with the community, and they enjoy, feeling, comfort and love and learning with us. So I always welcome people, even if you are not a Christian, you can still hang out with us. That's totally fine. But I do appreciate also the Christians that are part of the chat as well. But I do know there are also some people who are atheists who hang out, and they just hang out, and they still enjoy, hanging out in the community, but they are respectful. They're respectful. They say, well, I'm not a Christian, but I know you're a Christian, and it's cool to hang out here, So I get all kinds of different people, even people who, are in a different religion, or people who are agnostic and they don't know if there's something, and they just, so I don't even know what the main demographic of my audience is. Yeah. I just love everyone and welcome everyone. And if anybody has questions, I answer them. And I just want to be that community for them. And I pray for everyone, as I said. no matter if they're lurking or if they're chatting in the chat or whatever. I just pray for everybody, even if I don't do it out loud on stream. I always keep them in my prayers.
Yeah, and well, I think that's another thing too, that some people may not feel comfortable praying out loud and they may not pray on stream, but you have a Discord community and you might have people that share their prayer requests either in the stream or they share them over in the Discord community. And you know, here's one of the things I've thought of for years, and I've tried to do better at it, but it's still really hard, is when someone is struggling, we pray and pray and pray and pray when they struggle. I'm trying to figure out how to more frequently pray in celebration when the answer comes, instead of praying once, hey, God, thank you for the answer, and then we never pray about it again. I actually have done this a couple of times at churches and say, we're going to pray for the next month because this was a really big prayer that we've been praying, and we're going to pray thank you for the next 4 weeks. And I know that might be not the way you're used to it, but we're going to do it because this prayer was big enough. We need to keep thanking God and remembering it. Now, after that, people start to get a little tone deaf and, dude, we already prayed thank you. Why do you got to keep saying thank you? But if we're really appreciative of what God does and moves, I don't think that there's any stopping point that we can't stop God and stop praising him and stop thanking him for it. In fact, the people of Israel were supposed to remember every year God bringing them out of slavery. So, you know, they had a week-long party because God did something amazing. Every year, let's have a week-long party, you know, because God did something amazing. And I think that's just a fun thing to be able to think about.
Yeah, because it is very important, honestly. As a lot of people do say, usually people pray when something's going wrong. They pray, you know, when they need help. But then once they're okay, they're like, and they forget. Or they just don't think it's necessary. Like I said, they get tone deaf, like we already thanked him. But it's like, well, it's good to be in a constant state of thanksgiving. Because that's one of the things I like to do. I'm very weird, but I'm a person who like prays like almost 24/7 because prayer is just talking to God. So I'm just like telling God about my day or just saying anything. But I like to thank God for every little thing. It will seem funny to some, but you know, like all the nature and stuff, like all that stuff you talk about you doing, like all your fish and all your sap and all the nature stuff you do. I can tell you really love nature a lot, and I do as well. I don't do all that. You are very more into it than me, but I do appreciate nature. And something I like to just do is just thank God for everything. As Jim Bim in the chat says, pray without ceasing. Exactly. Yeah. So there's exercises I've seen where they're like, if you only had what you were thankful for, what you said you were thankful for today, what would you have? And that's an exercise that I've seen before, like whether it's in the Christian light or as in if you only had what you thank God for this morning when you woke up, what would you have? Or even in the secular or agnostic point, just if you felt a gratitude, what would you have if you only had what you last said you were grateful for? And that's one of the things that even before I even ever saw that, I am just the kind of person who I'm like always thanking God for everything, every little thing, which I try to make it just a heart posture of always being thankful, because there's so much, even the little things, just like even on Twitch, just being able to hang out with you and have this conversation is just such a blessing. And a lot of people take this kind of thing for granted. And even having the internet to even connect to you and everybody in the chat, all these little emojis and stuff that they just seem so little, but they're fun. And I just feel like it's good to be thankful, and it shouldn't be a silly thing to be thankful to God for anything that you've been blessed with, no matter how big or small it is. So yeah, I totally love that, what you said about thanking God for a big thing that has been done.
Yeah. Well, I've done this from time to time on my stream, And I kind of go through seasons where I'll do something and then it'll fade away and I'll do something. So I know that that's where I had to pull up my phone and throw the emoji in there from my other account, because I have one that it's I'm blessed. And
Yes, that's so cute.
and, I got one other I'm going to show too. Let me find it. I love emojis. Like, I don't know. Like, I did not. Where have they been my whole life? I'm missing them. This is the thing that should have been part of my life for a long time. There we go. Oh, did I get banned?
Uh-oh, you got banned.
I got banned. I put too many. I put too many on my. Okay.
Oh no.
Anyway, it's yay God. So that's the two of the things. So I had a friend that was a pastor that, rather than, praise the Lord and that, like, you would just talk about what's going on in life and he'd just go, yay God. Like, that was awesome. God did that. I adapted that. I stole it, straight up stole it from him. He's not, anybody that wants to go tell Jim Koopman I stole that from him, he knows I stole it from him. I have done that at every church that I have been at. We have a Yay God Sunday, which is in the spring at the end of the year, and we praise God for everything that God did. I have postcards that I make up. I write one to every single one of my elders and deacons of what I am thankful for them having done in the last year, what I've seen God do in and through them. And then I say, for every one you get, you need to write one to someone else. I actually challenge my elders to write 6 of them and send them out. So I took that Yay God and I turned it into, so I've done that at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 churches that I've done that with. And it's like,
Nice.
if you get a God seeing something in my life, and it doesn't have, like, just something you appreciate about somebody. Hey, I've seen you do this. Yay, God, something great happened for you. Yay, God did this for you. Yay, God, you've overcome this. Yay, God, I see you using your gifts and talents. It just became, like, there we go. I'm watching, put it in there. The excitement and the Yay, God emoji there. But then there's also the attitude of I'm blessed. And so I would start my stream saying, I just feel so blessed today. I did that for a while. I haven't been doing it lately, but it's just like, I am blessed. Look at all the fish I have. Like, and
Yes.
I have the power and the space, like 1 aquarium, 2 aquarium, 1 you can't see, second one you can't see, pond outside, another bin in the back room that's 4 foot by 8 foot by 18 inches high, that I built because I have too many fish and I need to get rid of them. But I am caring for them. They almost all of them that you see here were born in my pond last year, which I'll go back to,
Wow.
Another moment in time, which my stream knows the story of. I started with 5 goldfish and now I have all of these. So,
Wow.
but I am blessed. I have the capacity to do that. I have all of these hats. I have fiber now. So I have, and I know I don't need this much, but they had a deal and it was the same I was paying. I've got 5 gigabytes upload and download
Nice.
speed. Nobody needs 5 gigabytes, but they gave me a deal for a year with a locked in price and a $200 gift card back. And it was the same price I was paying for 300 megabytes. So I'm like,
Wow.
I'm going to pay it for
That's
a
a
year
blessing.
and decide what I need. Yeah, I totally feel blessed by that. I was listening to a podcast earlier where someone was talking about having a VR headset that someone gifted them. I have a VR headset that someone gifted me. Now I've upgraded, and now I'm going to gift that to somebody else. I've got
a
a monitor
blessing.
sitting to the right of me that's on the fish stream that I got from my wife's work because they're cleaning an office out. Anybody wants stuff, come and get it. Yeah, I have so many things to be thankful for, to know I'm blessed. I just like that process of start your day with appreciating things. And you were talking about how I do love creation and love to be in it,
Yes.
which is why I set up the camera at my mom's house to watch sunrise and sunsets, is because that's when I feel closest to God, is when I appreciate creation, because no matter the chaos, anxiety, the stress of my life and my day, if I'm sitting in creation, I feel present with God. And sunsets are the time I feel closest. I know a lot of people like sunrises. They're beautiful. I like the sunset. And I'm biased.
Me too.
Because I live next to Lake Michigan. And I don't know if you've been over on this side of the state often, Wordy Girl, but we get a half an hour of sunlight after sunset because the lake reflects the sunlight for a half an hour. The sun is gone, but the light is not gone. And that's just how I think about God, that he can be something you can't see, but by him you see everything. I think C.S. Lewis or Tolkien said that. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a blessing. And it is so beautiful. I personally do like sunsets as well. I never lived so close to the water like that. But I would, in my childhood home, the room that we were in had, just the window was toward the backyard, and that's where the sun would set. And I just loved how it set through the trees. I just watch it sometimes until it was completely dark. And it's something about the sunset that's just so beautiful. And I've been like on the riverfront, the Detroit River front. And when the sun sets, it's quite lovely. I'm sure it's not as majestic as it is over on the lake, but
you'll have to come over sometime. I'm 2 minutes. I'm 2 minutes from the lake.
I would love to come over there and see, because it sounds like you have a whole nature oasis over there.
Oh, I definitely do. I got all my fish. There are deer that are in my yard almost daily. The turkeys come through my yard. So I've got a garden. I've got a flower garden. Well, I've actually, this is a long-term plan. So I don't know if you do prayer labyrinths at all or not. Are you familiar with prayer labyrinth? Yes. Are you familiar with this?
I think, is it the one where it's like you pray for 5 immediate people or something?
No. A labyrinth is an ancient thing. So if you go to some really old cathedrals, like from the 4th, 5th, 6th century, they will have a mosaic on the floor, and usually the pattern,
like a maze.
if you think of a maze. So a labyrinth is you weave your way in. So the idea behind a prayer labyrinth is you are exiting the world and you are entering into space with God. When you reach the center, you are spending time with God. Now, the whole journey is spending time, but you are exiting the world, entering into the space with God. You're spending time with God, and then you exit back out into the world, having been filled and centered in God. And so I don't know when I got introduced to that concept, maybe 10 years ago, somewhere around there, 10, 12 years ago. I just started to find prayer labyrinths where I could, and I love walking through them. I do them usually once a year at a church, and do that around Holy Week, and then you can spend time just praying with God. I set up stations. You don't need to set up stations. You can just have the point wherever it turns is a time where you stop and pray. So you'll walk, and then it turns, you stop and pray. You walk, and then it turns, you stop and pray. The center, you stop and pray, and then you exit back out. Some will be a different exit path. Some will be the same exit path as enter, depending on if you're supposed to do it alone or with other people. So, right out my window
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not surprised. I didn't run into it until like a dozen years ago and start practicing it. I have, if you go back and watch some old videos, 3 years ago, I think when I was in North Carolina, I came across one. When I was in Iowa, I had a few before I was streaming that I did. So anyway, my garden used to be out my window right here. Last year, I turned it into a flower garden, and the long-term goal is to turn it into a prayer labyrinth. So right out my window will be a prayer labyrinth. That will be a flower prayer labyrinth. So as you're walking through, you'll just be surrounded by flowers and butterflies and bees and whatever else. So if you're allergic, sorry. But you could just sit and watch. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. If I want a bench in the center that I can just sit in the middle of the space, and they'll be able to hear the waterfall up on the top of the hill, cascading down. It's a long term.
Wait, there's a waterfall over there?
Yes. Yeah, I got a waterfall.
Oh my goodness. But that does remind me of like the old Victorian gardens and stuff like that. They would have labyrinths, mazes in their garden, and making it a prayer garden labyrinth would be very lovely. But yeah, I can just imagine that now. That just sounds like such a peaceful oasis. And yeah, I am allergic to nature as well, but I still like it. Now when I'm outside, if somebody's cutting grass, I'm just gonna be like, ugh.
Oh, yeah.
And then the pollen count sometimes. But I still love nature, and I love like photography. So I take a lot of lovely pictures in nature, so much to the point where I can take a picture in the city and it looks like it's out in the wild somewhere. But you sound like you live somewhere that is like very undisturbed, nice nature escape
Yeah,
place.
I'm on the edge of the national forest. I'm in the Manistee National Forest.
Oh my goodness,
So-
that's lovely. I would love to even go over there just to take pictures.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we need to plan a trip for you to come over here, and I can show you all over the place. And if you like riding bikes, bring your bike. We have
I love bike riding. I
okay.
do.
Okay, bring your bike because we have the first rail trail that is a state park. So they made a rail trail from where I live all the way up to Hart, and which is 25 miles, 30 miles, whatever it is. So you can ride up there, ride all the way back. There's stops along the way. You can go down into Muskegon, further south. You can ride for a long way along the lakeshore, in through the trees. It's beautiful.
That sounds so lovely. And that's just amazing that you're surrounded by the nature. And I can tell that you really love, like when I first met you digitally
Yes.
and saw that you had fish tanks and stuff, I'm like, okay, you love nature. I'm like, okay, you're tapping trees. Okay. You're out in the sunset and on the beach and stuff. So I'm like, okay, you're an actual nature guy.
Well, I'm a city nature guy. You know, I don't want to live fully in the woods.
Yeah.
I'm in the city, right on the edge of all the woods. You know, so I'm still in the
The
civilization.
best of both worlds.
Yes, I need to have my high-speed internet, and I need to
Yes.
have my store and my bar close by. I don't want to,
Yeah.
and my church. I can walk to all of those places,
Oh,
or
wow,
or
that's
ride
so
my
nice.
bike.
Cool.
But I do love like thinking of nature. I've shared this with several people. Like this is long term when I'm in the national forest, so I don't have cell signal half the time. So although I have internet, if I leave my house, go very far, cell signal dies. So I would love to be able to live stream riding my bicycle and have the chat tell me to turn right or turn left or go straight. Like,
Oh yeah, I think I heard you talking about that before.
yeah,
That would be very cool.
I love that. Like that is like a long term. I've wanted to do that since I started streaming. Like I want to say 3-4 years ago, I did try to go do this when I went to North Carolina because they had better internet, and it was just choppy and blurry and cutting out, and it was bad. And I was like, okay, that was a nice experiment, but I need better setup to do that. But like that's a streamiversary thing, I think, is what it might be. A
Yes.
streamiversary. I'm gonna like, people do the 24-hour, subathon or whatever.
Stream.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a cycle-a-thon. You keep giving, I keep writing. You get to choose which direction I turn. It would be super, super fun.
Yeah, that sounds lovely too. That's a great stream idea, guys. Guys, you guys get ready for it.
Yeah. Like it will happen someday. I'm just waiting for a reasonable tech to be able to ride to, because I don't want to just ride in the city. I could.
Yeah,
I could.
that'll be more boring.
Yeah, I could probably go to Muskegon and Grand Rapids and ride my bike around there on trails and stream that. Whoop-de-doo. There's a building on the right. I want a deer on the left. I want to stop
Yes.
and you get to see that. I really got back into riding my bike a few years ago, and it was, let me hop on and let me explore. My wife likes to take the rail trail and stay on that. She doesn't like cars. She doesn't want any risk. She also does risk management, so I understand her risk thinking.
There we go.
But I'm like, I'm out on the country roads and there is nobody around. So I want to see what's down this road. And I see heron who are just out in the field. They just flock
Wow.
together. Occasionally a stray dog will chase me down,
Uh-oh.
But if I stay on the regular path, you miss all of those things. And
Yeah.
I think that's true too. I feel like in streaming, those of us who are out there, I love all my gamer friends, so I'm not picking on gamers. You're playing the game, that's awesome. You're reaching people I won't reach. But tomorrow I'm doing a sewing stream. I don't think if I told you that. I'm doing a sewing stream tomorrow. I'm super excited
lovely.
about that. It's going to be fun. I have a fish stream. I mean, I didn't know people were doing fish streams until I started doing it, and then I found out, oh, there's animal zoos and aquariums.
Yes.
Let me join that channel. I do cooking streams. So
I've seen those too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I saw people in your Discord was like, they need to make smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision so I can taste it because it's good.
Well, you know what? If you come over, we could do a stream together, and I'll do a cooking stream, and you can just hang out in the chat with me.
Sounds good.
All right. We're making plans for the summer. I'm just saying it's got to happen.
Yes.
So let me know.
I really want it to happen. Yes. In the summer it's great because I don't like when it's too cold. Like me, I love nature and I love the snow too. I would like to go out there and take pictures in snow too, but I am going to want to go in the house immediately. It's so cold. But yeah, in the summer I'm good. So yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Now, are you the kind of person who gets like too hot? Or
No.
you want it to be like fall or something?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Nope. No. I lived in Texas for a while. And
Ooh, nice.
And so actually I think one of the things that living in Texas did was get me to decide that unlike if you grew up in the north, people usually say, you can always put layers on if it's cold, but you can't take layers off if it's too hot, like it's some bragging thing for us to say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's too cold and I have to put layers on. It's too cold. Oh, when I lived in South Dakota, the thing they would say in South Dakota was, well, the good thing about being below 32 degrees freezing is it's too cold to snow. That is not a good thing. That is telling you are too far north, my friend. That is what that is telling you. But anyway, yeah, I lived in Texas, and I came to really love 90 degree. That's where my love is, right there. Be 85 to 90 degrees. I love that temperature range. That really narrow right there. You go over it, humidity can ruin it and make that difficult. But yeah, love hanging out in the 90-degree temperature. Go for a bike ride. Actually, in the summer, when we hit the 80s and 90s at like 2 in the afternoon, the bike trail empties out. That's when I want to go biking, is when it's the hot of the day because nobody's around.
Yes.
Everybody's hiding. And it's like, I get to be here by myself and
Yes.
explore creation. So,
Yeah, that sounds great. And summer plans sounds good.
All right.
We really need to talk in Discord.
yes, we do. We'll make it happen. So just thinking about that, like I'm throwing all kinds of things that I didn't plan on. We're talking because we're friends and what we're doing. Yeah, you can hang out. You need 60 to 70. Okay, so you just come in May, June, Papstio, or you come end of September. By the way, September, best, most beautiful month of the year. Oh, it's just
All
gorgeous.
the colors.
All the colors, exactly. All the activities, the brisk and still hot. That's what you get. You get brisk morning and evening. Yeah, love the fall. But I was going to say, so think about all kinds of experimentation, all kinds of things. What are you most excited about for yourself and what you see happening in streaming and digital ministry in the next year for you or in the next 2 years?
Yeah, so like how you were saying you're going to do a sewing stream, I actually knit on stream before. I
cool.
put Legos together before. I made jewelry on stream before.
Oh.
So I am a real variety streamer, but lately I've been just mainly doing the writing thing. So I feel like in the next year, I want to do more of the things that would show that I'm a variety streamer. So though I have done things in the past, a lot of people do know me as that writing, co-working kind of stream, which is great. But I did try a VR game. I think it was last year. And it was quite an interesting thing. I want to get back into it. We had a few tech issues, but and plus I was kind of bad at the game. But we ended up winning the whole game. And it was a spy game called I Expect You to Die, which is very interesting.
Oh.
But have you heard of that?
No,
before?
no, but I'm not surprised that you like spy games. So.
Of course. But yeah, it's basically like kind of like an escape room style game where it was like puzzles and then you had to like find stuff, and it was like you are in the body of the spy. So you're looking around in drawers and you're finding little things, but then you also had telekinesis and you could like grab things from the other room. Like it was trying to make it like this makes sense that you're sitting down in one spot, but you're still interacting with the environment.
Okay.
So it was very interesting. And there's a couple of other games in that series. We played the first one, I know, and finished that one. So maybe in the future we're gonna play another of that series, but I also want to do more in the VR space. I know that you are in the VR chat space, and I've known some other Christian streamers who do that. I learned of some through the Blessing Boat, some who like seeing in the VR space and stuff like that. So I think that the most I'm looking forward to is like more collaboration as well, because I've done some collaboration streams, and this is really cool. And I feel like this is the smoothest collaboration stream I've done.
Oh, good.
Because of the setup, how we got it to finally work. But yes, Twitch, I am also very thankful that Twitch is constantly improving as well. Things like shared chat,
Yes.
which wasn't a thing at first, and the new knocking thing that wasn't a thing at first. So I just am really looking forward to more collaboration with others in a simpler way, and then maybe hopping into the VR a little bit more, and then doing other stuff, because I've streamed IRL, like walking outside a couple of times, but I don't do that very much.
Well,
but I want to do more of that.
Yeah, when you were talking about, escape room, have you done those in real life?
I actually, a lot of people think I've done so many, and I was even on a podcast called Escape This Podcast. I made an escape room for them in my spy world, of course. But usually when we play Two Truths and a Lie, I get everybody because they thought that I did escape rooms, and I actually never actually did one, except for I think it was last year. I did one with my mom, and we actually did not get out on time. But we did finish the room. The timer went out though, and we did need to use some hints. It was an interesting room. It's not to say necessarily that the room was bad. It's just that we weren't in the puzzle headspace of the people. So there's different escape rooms, and that one was a cool experience. Okay. It was a cool first room, I guess, but I would like to do more escape rooms, because I know for sure that there are different experiences well to be had.
Well, I've never done one, and it's not my thing that I'm like, oh, I love them and I want to do it. But I have one in the town that I'm in, and I just, as you were talking about that, I go, how fun would that be to do a collab IRL stream with you getting out of an escape room? Like, I all of a sudden, like,
that would be lovely.
I've always drive past, I go, yeah, that's not my idea. Like, why would I want to be in a room that's locked? Give me the key, let me out. And I understand there's puzzle solving and all of that, which can be fun. But it was like, until I just thought of that, it's like, oh, an IRL stream with someone I know who we've never been together, that would be the fun experience. Not just have my friends and family do it. It's the, oh my goodness, let's stream doing IRL,
Yeah.
get out of, now I have a reason why it would be fun, is the
that
streaming
would be
part.
cool, but
yeah.
there is a possibility they won't want you to stream it, because that will spoil it for some people. But I do know some escape rooms do allow it, depending on who you are. I don't know. You're quite a big Twitch streamer, so they might say, "Ooh, cool."
Well, I only know of 2 people in town that watch me, so probably won't ruin it.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt to ask at all. But yeah, I was Christian Ninja was actually on my podcast, and we talked about, he was saying there's an escape room in Canada, we could go there. I was like, okay. And I don't think he was talking about streaming it, but I was like, that would be cool for me to just meet up with people and do escape rooms with them. That would be really nice. So that sounds like a great little plan as well. Maybe add to the summer plans list.
Yeah.
This might have to be a whole week long excursion.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on when it is, and boy, I'm starting to try to figure out summer plans, and I have no idea what it's going to be yet. So, sorry, I just got a message, and I'm going to answer this before we switch to something else. Sometimes
yeah,
that
no
happens,
worries. Yeah, I'm just gonna catch up on the chat. Yeah. Perfect for this channel, Wordy, says Jim Bim. I'm watching, it says escape the meetup. Five Lucis says this list is getting longer. Also, Five Lucis says I was in one of those IRL streams with Wordy. Well, hello.
You were saying too the knock feature, and I know some people don't like it, but that just got me thinking. So one of the things that I'm trying to do with this podcast is tailor it to the guest, not to my schedule, which I think is going to allow me to have better conversations with your community instead of you coming to mine and your community can't make it. But that means as I'm trying to grow the community here with the Church Digital, they don't have anything to plan on to know that there's a regular thing. So my plan is to start a Monday stream that will be a game stream that might be, you suggest a game to me, I go try it and see what happens with it. But I hadn't thought about I could use the knock feature and have people just not on screen necessarily, but just come in the voice channel with me and just chat while I'm trying to play the game and figure that out. So I could utilize the knock feature in that way to bring people on and chat about the game if they like the game, if they don't like the game, chat about other things. That would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, knocking is really cool. I've knocked on some people's streams that they answered, and it was pretty fun. And there was one person that I didn't know. I mean, well, I was following them, but I think it was like from the Blessing Boat or something. Mm-hmm. And I had never really went to their stream before. So when they saw me knocking, they were like, what is this? And they didn't know what was going on. So I just rated him afterwards and said, sorry, we were trying something new. And he was like, oh, I didn't even know what that was. But now it's more normalized and it's been a feature for quite some time. So, and also Twitch has learned a little bit as well. With like tweaking of features, you can turn it off where people can't do it if you don't want them to.
Right.
Or you can favorite certain people to be able to do it. So, I feel like I just like how Twitch also as a platform is trying to explore more and add more features and make things, nice. And it just helps the community also. By the way, I do see you're tasting your tea. How does it taste?
It's good. One of the things I do find, I usually like my tea dark and bitter, but with flowers sometimes it's a different kind of bitter, and it takes a while for your palate to get used to it. My brain wants to immediately say, add sweetener to this. It's the wrong kind of bitter, but after, a few sips of it, it's like, oh yeah, this is good. It's got, well, I don't know if you could see, the color is like a greenish hue to the color of it, but it's really dark. So unless I'm pouring it, you can't fully see that. But like I said, it's got saffron, butterfly pea, and goldenrod in there. And I have a local artisan market. So one of the booths down there sells a whole bunch of flowers that are tea. So I'm trying to learn what flowers to plant so that I can make more natural teas, harvest them, and make them. So I don't know. I'm continually trying to get back to nature.
It sounds like you're already in nature. You're doing more than I'm doing. I'll say that. The closest thing to that I'm doing, like I said, the closest thing is cacti in my house.
Oh.
And I think I told this before. But growing up, my mom had some plants, but some of them would soon die. So she's like, the only plants that she was really, really good at was like the cacti. So we had cacti just in the window. When I got my own place, I was like, okay. And I invited all the family to come over and I had ordered some cacti and succulents. And so we're going to plant these in little mason jars as an activity. And I'm going to put this in my house.
Yeah.
And half of the succulents, all the succulents now withered away. I was like, oh my goodness. I thought that the succulents would be like cacti adjacent enough to be able to survive, and they did not. But the cacti, some of them are still standing. 3 of them are still standing. And I just, not yesterday, I think the day before yesterday, transplanted them into a planter instead of the little mason jars because it wasn't quite working. So I had to shatter those jars.
Oh, you had to shatter the jars?
Yes, because I tried to pull them out, and I was like, okay, for one, they're cactus. So I was like trying not to
okay, yes.
poke their spines into themselves.
Right,
But,
right.
and I was like trying to shake it out. I'm like, okay, the roots are too much. So I just shattered the thing, and then I had to put it in the thing. I'm like, I know that transplanting plants can be traumatic on them, so I try to be as careful as possible. But they seem to be okay, those 3. And I'm like, I might get some more cacti, because at least 3 more probably.
Cool.
And put them in another planter. But yeah, the succulents didn't survive, and that was sad. But yeah, the only thing I'm good at is cacti, I guess.
Well, that's okay. I can't remember. It was when we were back in college. I bought my wife, now wife, wasn't wife. Well, it might have been. No, it had to be before we were married. Bought her a cactus for, I don't remember what occasion or whatever. And it was top heavy. It should have been transplanted into another pot, but didn't know that. And it fell over, and she pricked herself, and she threw it away. And she's banned cactus from the house ever since. So no cacti for me.
Oh no!
But I do love the flowering non-spiny cactus. Those are really a nice one. I bought those for my mom for Mother's Day before, so that she has those. I think they bloom in Christmas time or something like that. But
That's cute.
we've never been successful with houseplants. I think we either do one of 2 extremes: worry about watering it, and my wife overwaters it and drowns it, or worry about too much water and never watering it, and it dies of thirst. So
Yeah.
I am trying again. I just got some snake plants from my daughter, because I heard snake plants actually release a lot of oxygen, and that's really good for you when you sleep. So I'm going to try again and see what we have. So I transplanted. I got one from her, cut it into 2, transplanted that. I'll have to post a picture on Discord about
I would
that, so
love
you
to
can
see.
see it. So, and I got really nice pots for it. One has a butterfly on it, and the other, I can't remember if it's a dragonfly, I think. They're really cool.
Nice. But yeah, the one of the cacti did flower one day, and I was like, it flowered. And then sadly, before I could transplant them, that one didn't flower this year. So I was like, is it okay? And then it kind of sogged out, and it wasn't absorbing water. And I was like, I didn't think I overwatered it. I don't know what happened to it. I guess somehow it became up or overwatered, but I want to get another flowering one. And that would be really good. But that one did have spines as well. But I've also heard of cacti that shoot the little spines out at you.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah. Don't
I
want
was
that
like,
one.
no, I don't want that one in the house. No.
No, definitely not.
It's for burglar alarm or something.
Yeah, and the chat's talking about, getting an actual snake, and
Oh, no.
yes. No, just a snake plant.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Actually, that just gave me another idea, because I love the weird, quirky, is anyone doing this stream?
Yeah.
I should probably. I've got 20 strawberry plants that I'm going to plant. I could do a stream of putting them in the pot that I'm going to put them in.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to. I don't know if you've seen those hanging baskets that you can have the strawberry hang from. So I've tried to do strawberries before. There are too many deer. They come and they just grab the plant, pull it up, kill the plant, don't even eat the strawberries. So,
Oh no.
so I'm planning on doing the hanging one. I just got those. I've got a whole bunch of seeds that just came in the mail today that I'm going to plant. I'm like, oh, I could do my starter pack. I could do a stream where I'm doing starter seeds and all. I like, all right, there's a stream
Gardening
idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
another, classic deer, exactly, classic deers. So, well, in the time we have left, I know I had said that one of the thoughts that I have is for people to share a game that they're playing, and I don't think you got around to giving me a name of a game. Do you have a thought?
Man.
Is there a game we could try? And if not, this is where sometimes it's failed. My computer just bogged down.
Yeah.
But if not, just
So I didn't want you to have to download anything. So I was thinking that either we can play an online game or like a Discord game. Does that sound okay?
yeah. You let me know. what the game is. Tell me about the game. Tell me what you like about the game and why you enjoy playing it. And it doesn't matter whether I do or not. This is about you and then me learning something new. Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Okay.
I trick deer and squirrels, etc. You use dried chili on your plants. Yes. Birds also. Only then. Yes. Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
There's another streamer as well who they don't stream gardening though. Another writer, but was talking about they were gonna try to put their garden together and all that kind of stuff, and the deers were a problem as well. But yes, as Colonel was saying, birds I think are the only animals that don't have the taste buds to taste the spicy.
Yeah.
So if you do put chili powder on the plants, then most animals will be deterred.
Yep. Okay, so what game we're going to look at?
So what I was going to do was, I like word games. If you did not, if you could not
surprise. Oh, you know what? I was going to ask you if is there a story behind the name Wordy Girl, and how long ago did that? Because I feel like that has to predate being a Twitch streamer name.
It does. So I have told the story before, but I will tell it again. So a long time ago, when I was little, there's a show. I mean, I wasn't too little, but there's a show called Word Girl. It's on PBS Kids, and you guys might know it. It's about a superhero who uses dictionary words and fights crime and stuff. And that was like my favorite show. And I felt so much like the main character, whose name is Becky, but she was Word Girl. And so when I was like online, the name Word Girl was taken, obviously, because even before her, Word Girl, that's just so generic. So I, instead of like putting numbers and underscores and all that stuff on my name, I just said, let's put an I in the middle, Wordy Girl. Like Wordy Girl with a Y would probably already be taken as well, because that's kind of popular. I was like, the I, I doubt anybody did that. So usually on all the platforms, it was available, Wordy Girl, like that. So that just kind of stuck. Then I do like it because it's like words in the dictionary and the word in the Bible as well.
Oh,
so
it's the double play.
Works both ways.
If my stream knows, I love the double meaning of things. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting when there's a meaning and a hidden meaning and a really, really deep meaning. Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the story of it. So yeah. But yes, I love all the words. So if I can go in your Discord, I don't know if you have it where you can play Discord activities.
Okay, are you going to go in the Church Digital's Discord?
The Church Digital. Am I part of that? I know that I am part of Bless My Community.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say, if I want to invite people over to the Church Digital's Discord, we can do it there.
Yes, please put the link. That's great.
If I can find... I know sometimes the issue with our link is that... I thought I had it shared. Let me just see if this works or doesn't. Still working on all my commands. There we go.
Hey.
So if you want to join the Discord community, that's where... everybody in the Church Digital, not just the gamers, are hanging out. But there is a whole section called the gaming... what am I calling it again?
Wait, but hold on one moment.
Yep.
I do see that it says invite invalid.
Yeah.
On my side.
Yep.
Does anybody else get that?
Probably.
All right. So if you don't have the... I know that mine probably got blocked in your chat, though.
It did. I can copy it.
That's my own Discord if you want to join that. Or if you want to go to Bless Community. Or if you have the actual Church Digital invite. Well, that would be great to just share. Because that one was expired.
I know when I've tried to do this before, so let me try it again. Do the invite. It doesn't show me the actual link when I invite people, when I just don't invite an actual individual person, and I just share the link, it never seems to work. Yeah, it says hidden, use copy button. And then I copy, and then let's see if it works this time. It says hidden, use copy button when I copy it. So I use the copy button. And no, it's not doing it. Let me try one more thing.
So are you in the Church Digital's Discord server right now?
Yeah, I am. Okay.
Uh-oh. It looks like Melania's posted it, but it got deleted. So I'm going to try to copy what they posted.
See, and all it ever gives me is hidden, use copy button. That is all it will ever copy for me when I copy it.
Do you see it now that I put? Or I get also deleted? I know in my chat you guys could see it. If you are watching from my chat, you should be able to see it. Let's see if this works. Yay, thank you, Melanius. Sorry about the ban. Unfortunately, it was Flatcap's bot being very...
I'm watching, got it there too. So we got it. Hopefully that works.
All right, yay. Okay. Thank you, Melanius.
So, okay. We need to have a voice chat to play games in, correct?
No, we don't,
you
actually.
Don't? Okay.
Yep, in Discord now, you don't need to have a voice channel anymore.
Really?
You can play Discord activities in any channel, actually. So let's see if I can start one in the general chat.
Okay, sounds good.
So
I'm in the general chat.
Oh, wait, let's go in gaming instead, because I don't want to
good plan.
Clog up the general chat. All right,
let's
so
go to
can you come to the...
Outpost for Gaming.
Outpost for Gaming? Let's see.
Yep.
Where is it?
It's right after the live voice channels.
Live voice channel.
Maybe it's not showing up if you just joined. And I'm gonna
Let's see, browse channels. I want to make sure I have all the channel, because now when you join Discords, they disable some channels, so I don't see all the channels. So I'm going to make sure I can see all the channels, and hopefully then I will be able to see the Outpost for Gaming. All right, I believe I found it. Yes. Okay, great. I'm here. All right, so what I'm going to do is let's see. It doesn't have it where I can start. Oh, yes, it does. Start activity. All right, so what I'm going to do is share my screen here.
Okay.
But you can share your screen on your side if you like.
We can only share one stream. Only one streamer can share at a time.
No. Yes. So I'm saying you can do that all you want on your side. I'm just saying my stream sees my screen already. So you can just
sorry. I thought you were saying we're going to share it with me from your side, and then it would just be up. So.
I mean, I could do that. I could try. I don't think I've shared screen with what is it? Stream together before. I will check really quick. I should be able to get it up, no problem. Let's see. Layout options. No.
I'm still not seeing the game in there, but.
Okay, I did not start it yet. Sorry. Okay. Let me get it started first. So I was saying I like word games, and one of my favorite games it's very Scrabble adjacent. It is called Letter League.
Okay.
So you should see something now in the chat. Oh, I see you joined already.
Yep.
Great. Share my screen. All right, now hopefully, does the shared screen also share my audio? Because hopefully it's not echoing.
It's not adding anything that I can hear. Let me see if this will show this or not show this. Oh, let me change that. Okay. Let me go here. Nope, wrong one. I'm trying to get to a screen to be able to share with everybody here. It did not copy it. Okay.
Do you think it's easier for you to just share your screen on your side? Because my channel can see my screen.
Well, okay. Part of it is that, it's just going to take me a second to add all the cams in here to share things. So that's all.
Oh.
Because I don't.
Sorry.
I just don't have that source set up where I've got you and I. So.
Okay. No worries.
No, it would just take me a second. That's all. That's what I was thinking. If you did shared screen and it worked, it would just speed it up, and it didn't. So.
Oh man.
That's okay. Oh.
All right. Well, if it's too much, let me know. But if it's not, I could just riff with chat while you were setting it up.
Yeah, go ahead, do that
Just
while
let
I
me know.
figure this out and get it set up.
All right. So, Melania says, I intended to lurk, but I so want to play, but I need to do other stuff. All right, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. God bless. I'm watching people has redeemed Snackaroo in my chat. So, I guess we can do a snack. In my chat, I have very fun redeems.
Oh, that sounds
silly
fun.
Redeems. So, I actually have these, which are crab chips. So it has the crab
chips.
seasoning on it.
Oh, it's just seasoning. I
Yes.
thought it was made from crabs.
No, it has Chesapeake Bay crab seasoning on it. So we're gonna try these. I actually tried them before. They're pretty good. They're not like absolute favorites, but they're pretty good. Cheers. Thank you for the snackaroo.
Okay, I've got it set up. So.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so now tell me about the game, and other people can join, correct? Or is it?
Yes, other people can also join as long as they are in the Discord.
Okay.
They should be able to join the game. So Letter League is basically like Scrabble, or some of you new folks out there might know Words with Friends. Basically, each letter has a tile. Each letter tile has its own score. So different letters are worth different amounts of points. And your objective is to make sure that you get the most points by spelling long words usually, or using rare letters such as Q or J or Z. So I just love word games, obviously, because my name is Wordy Girl. And I love, Scrabble and Words with Friends and stuff like that. Fun fact, I usually don't have any games on my phone at all. I'm very weird. But like the only game I had was just like a match 3 Jewel game and like Words with Friends. And then at the time I had way too much memory on my phone, like taken up by photos and stuff, because I love photos and videos and stuff like that. So I deleted the Jewel game and I only had Words with Friends. And the only other game I have now, I think it's just something you guys probably know about, 2048, which is like a math game where you have to add number blocks together and try to make the biggest amount of block. It's very weird, but that's the only other game I have besides Words with Friends on my phone.
Okay, I don't do any games on my phone. I used to do Candy Crush, and I had a streak of like 4 years of playing it, and I basically had infinite everything, and one day it did an update and didn't let me play for 24 hours, and it took everything away from me, started me at 0, and I quit the game. Sorry. My wife said I found a glitch, and that's how I got a bunch of my stuff, and that was unfair, and I'm sorry. Glitches are not unfair. The person that finds a glitch and exploits it is not doing anything wrong. I didn't create the glitch. I just exploited it to my own benefit, and when you put me back down to 0, I quit your game, so you should have let me keep it. I'd still have that streak going, but Okay.
Well,
So this
that's
seems
their loss.
Yeah, it's their loss. And I'm, every time I do a phone update and it adds games, the first thing I do is go delete those games. I don't play games on my phone. Okay, so
Jim Bim says the only game I have on my phone is Roblox. That's interesting. When I do play Roblox, I play it on the computer.
I've never
It seems a lot of cramped on.
I've
on
never
this
played
phone.
it, so I don't know any. Somebody someday will have to introduce me to Roblox here if they're on the podcast. So, okay, so how do we? So we've got 2 players. Anyone else want to join us in this? You're welcome to.
Yep. If you guys would like to join, I think Flatcap, you have to put this link back in the chat here
Okay.
so that they can see it on your side, because I probably got deleted by putting it.
Oh, no, that's the wrong
yes.
one. Luce has got it back in there. Okay. Interview
I'm
Jordan
watching you,
Williams
Sez.
Gaming for Roblox. Okay. That sounds great. We'll have to get him on the podcast.
Nice.
Okay. So anybody that wants to join in, let's just give you a minute to join in because there could be delay and I don't want you to miss it.
Yep. And you guys have to go to what you call the Outpost.
Yeah, Outpost
channel.
for Gaming is the channel. Under Outpost for Gaming, the heading. So if you're coming over from the Church Digital podcast and you want to hang out with gamers, that's where we've got the section. So the whole Discord is larger than that and non-gamers in there, but if you want that, that's where we're at. And you know what we could just play is the 2 of us too. Yeah. Oh, we got
Somebody else has
Starcasted.
joined.
Yes.
Welcome in.
Thank you. You may have to click see all channels to then join that channel.
Let's see. General chat. I can put.
And if you're just lurking and listening, that's all good. No problems there.
All right. So, if you want to pin this message, so anybody who joins can just click the link that I put in the message, so they don't have to do all that stuff.
Where did you send the message?
They can. In general chat when you first appear.
Okay. Got you.
Yep, Starcasted, you are here. Welcome in.
There it is. Pin message. And I'll unpin it after we're done. Okay. Now I got to get back
Nice.
to the right place. I did post in the chat too. We're talking about digital ministry and being digital missionaries. If you are interested in that, I will be leading a couple of cohorts coming up after Easter. I don't have the exact start date, but after Easter, I'll be leading a couple of cohorts, which will be like a 10-week course exploring how to be a digital missionary. And we talk about a lot of different things in there, help equip people to be a digital missionary wherever you're at. So if that works for anyone, if anyone else is interested, you can go to theChurch.digital /EDM, electric dance music. Equipping digital missionaries and learn more. Okay, you got to go, Mel. Thanks for being here. Okay, back to the game. How do I make it bigger? There we go. Okay, well, I guess it's just going to be 3 of us, but let's go ahead and start. How long are these games usually?
So it's very, it can be very short, honestly.
Okay.
So you see there's a timer right now. It is Starcasted's turn.
Okay.
Time for Starcasted to place letters. Now, the people who are in my stream can see my letters, but that's fine. If you're just playing on your screen, you should be able to see your own letters. You can't see everybody else's.
Well, I'm not watching your stream, so I can't see your letters, so.
Nice. So then if you guys are in Flatcap stream, you can see Flatcap's letters. But that's fine as well. Ooh, good
I
order.
may have the bottom cut off here, so they may not be able to see it.
They might not be able to see your letters. If they can't see your letters, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, it's your turn now, Flat Cap.
Okay.
So you just have to try to spell a word
Yeah.
that is connected to the word that's already on the board.
Ah, that's not a good plan.
Alrighty. Well, I thought about doing something, but it got covered up, so that's fine.
Yeah. See, that's the only play I have is cover up what you want. I won't win.
Yep.
I'm more interested in what words mean than spelling words. Yep, I just helped you get 32 points. You're welcome.
Starcast's turn now.
Oh, there I see the points on the bottom there. Okay. Bum 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 bum.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Awesome.
It's your turn, Flecka.
Yep. So what is the L and the W?
You're saying why they're lighting up
No, it says
on the board?
3L, 3W, 2L, 2W. What is the L and the W?
Is that something you're seeing on your side?
Yeah, there's blue, green, red, yellow tiles, and they have 3L, 2W.
Ah,
So everything is either an L or a W. Or they're a blank, non-colored tile. The board.
oh, you're saying what is on the board? Oh,
Yes.
yes. That's what Starcast is talking about, the double triple word. So this right here, 3L, 2W, that means that if you put letters on these
Word
spaces...
and letter. That's what I
it's a-
didn't understand. Word
Yep.
and letter. Okay.
So it's like a triple letter score or a double word score.
Okay.
The 3L is triple letter, so whatever letter lands on that square... Oh no, it says lost connection. How did it lose connection? Okay, well, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep, I didn't understand word and letter. Yeah, lose and win the internet terms, yes.
Oh no. Not L and W like that. That's hilarious. What happened to somebody play Fuels? Who played Fuels? Was that Starcasted?
I think so.
Well, I thought it was your turn next. Well, it's your turn now, I know.
Yeah. Okay, tell me my turn's over. What do I do now?
Well, it's so... Well, you have to quickly play something, or I guess it's gonna skip you.
Well, it's timeout paused.
What did it say?
Okay.
Is it allowing you to put letters? Oh, okay. It skipped. Alright, it's Starcasted's turn again.
Sure, we get quiet, now the chat's quiet.
Yeah, this is one of those concentrate games, but yeah. Sometimes I like to play these kinds of games with my community. Where people can come to my Discord and join in. I also like to play like Words on stream sometimes as well. Aw, man. Starcast, it blocked what I was gonna do. But yeah, I think that community games are very interactive and they help to, get everybody joined in. Have you played any? Oh no, I had it transposed. Okay. Have you played any games on your stream at all, Blackcap?
A couple. I had tried doing Baldur's Gate last year for...
oh yeah, I do remember you doing that a little bit.
I tried to do that for a while. I've done marbles on stream. I like marbles on stream. I don't have to do anything. You just join and it goes. And I just gotta, point the camera at that. And then I've been trying to do that with here. So, okay, do I not get more letters?
Yep, I think that's the end of the bag. The bag is empty. That's why it's now gray instead of orange.
Okay.
Bible Asteroids was fun, says I'm watching you. What is Bible Asteroids? That sounds very interesting. I think Flatcap is very concentrated on trying to figure out a word to make. But I would love to learn what Bible Asteroids is.
Oh, just like asteroids, but it was... they'd have a question and you had to shoot the answer.
Oh, nice. Well, that was quite a quick game, but great job. So basically, the person who scored the most points with the letters and words was me.
Yep.
Second, Starcasted with 113 points, and then Blackcap got 35 points. Nice.
Yep. So, yeah, not a game I'm gonna win.
Now, have you played like any kind of Scrabble-like games before?
I don't like spelling,
In real life? Man.
so I avoid them. That's not your fault.
Aw.
You like them. I don't have a problem. Like Okay, so I'll tell you why. Because I would get up in school when we had oral spelling tests, and the person in front of me would get a word I could spell, and the person behind me would get a word I could spell, and I would get a word I couldn't spell. So I quickly just
Oh no.
eliminated myself from this problem by misspelling whatever word I got first, and I got to sit down and do something else while everyone else focused on spelling. So if you watch the episode with Arthur, that was really traumatic, where Arthur spells aardvark, the only word he can spell, and I go, that's exactly my problem with spelling. So nothing against you. This is my problem, not yours. You enjoy it, and that's fantastic. Yes, gripes from childhood with Flat Cap Dapper Pastor. My stream has heard this because they've tried to get me, and I'm like, no, I don't want to play spelling games. I like the meaning of words, not how do you spell a word. But also, then I've got to look for all of the places to go, what words line up, and then when you're doing double layers, and then the randomness of you got to put it in that spot and get double words, and I didn't have a letter, feels arbitrary to me and unfair, which is not any different than cards, so I really shouldn't complain. But
Yeah, I started to say we could play basically Crazy Eights. They have that on here as well, but
no, let's go ahead and play again.
you want to play this again? No, I could play Crazy Eights next because I love Uno for one. That's my favorite card game.
Yeah, but you're
And
wordy.
Crazy Eights
You're
is
wordy
very
girl.
similar
I
to
figure
that.
we should. I knew we were going to play a word game. So
Well, okay, we can try again.
okay. Anyone else want to join?
If you want.
There's your chance to join and beat me, because if you don't join, you can't beat me.
Once again, if you guys would like to join us, I am putting the link in my chat and pinning it, but
Code
I
names.
think you guys would have to read.
I may have played it. I don't know.
Yeah, Codenames is an interesting game. I've seen about it. I don't think I've played it, but it's where I think you have to try to guess something. It's kind of like a spy themed party game where there's two teams. I think I did play it virtually before at one of my workplaces. It's where it's two teams, and then each team is given a word on a card or something, and you have to try to figure out. It's a guessing game in a way.
So more like charades kind of thing if you're given clues.
Kind of.
Okay.
But I feel like it was probably I don't know if it was exactly like Taboo or something.
Oh,
like
okay.
that. But you know how you have to try to get somebody to guess what word it is without...
Right, without saying the word. Yeah, like $1,000 or $25,000 pyramid.
Yeah.
If you're going for game show.
I like those kinds of games also.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to think of. Taboo, not charades, but yes, give clues, guess the correct word. Yeah. Okay, I probably have played a version of Codenames then. Okay, I don't see anyone else joining us, so we'll just play another round with 3 of us and see how this goes.
Okay.
Oh, I get to start first. Okay. Are you also supposed to? Are you supposed to start
balls.
where the star is, or doesn't that matter?
Yep, so everyone, on your first try, you have to hit the star in some way.
That's what I was asking,
You don't have
just
to
to make
necessarily be
sure.
in the center, but yeah. Nice.
Yep, I'm nice here with the 3 and 4 letter words. That's it.
Those can be good. Yeah, have you, let's see. Well, you don't really like spelling games.
Well,
What is your favorite, like, board game?
Axis and Allies.
It sounds like one of those complicated, like, role-playing type board games. I'm not sure what it is, but...
It's World War II.
Ah.
So you either play the Axis or the Allies. You can play up to 5 players, or you can play 2 players. So one would play 3 teams, one would play 2, one play 3. You can multiply it depending. It is a multi-hour game. So I like playing that. Wow, play to Z. That'll give you some points.
Keep grabbing the wrong tile. Okay, this is probably all I can do.
I would say, though, most of the time I play card games. It's what we play.
Nice. What kind of card games do you like?
Play Rook a lot with my in-laws. Otherwise, Euchre was the game we played all the time.
Now, I know that it's a Michigan thing to play euchre.
Yep.
At least I've heard. Funny enough, I have never played euchre. I need to play it. I need to figure out, like, what is it close to? Is it like rummy? Is it like...
Spades, hearts.
I know there's... Okay.
Pinochle.
But I know that it can get like really competitive and have a lot of like different kinds of versions of the game, and they have euchre tournaments and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Did you ever participate in one of those?
Yeah, my wife and I played in a tournament before, and won the tournament. It was a tournament for charity. Or I played
Nice.
Texas Hold'em for charity. That's kind of fun to do. So I like.
You said you won?
I didn't win the Texas Hold'em tournament, but I did win the euchre tournament. So
Wow.
yeah, my
Nice.
wife and I played a lot in college, and we got really, really good. So we can read, like, my kids always complain that they want to split us up. We have never lost to our kids. They have never beat us in euchre. We will not let them beat us in euchre. They complain about that fact, and I'm like, you're going to earn the win. You're going to celebrate when you finally beat us, and then we'll probably never play you again. But like, we played all the time in college. We're in the theater department, and you just constantly are playing euchre at every event. You know, you're waiting for your lines to go, you're playing euchre. You're backstage in the middle of the play, you're playing euchre. You go to the cast party, you're playing euchre. I mean, that's what we do all the time.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a lot of practice then with it.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, my turn.
I'm watching you people. So Sorry and Connect 4. Yeah, I used to like Sorry a lot. Connect 4 is an interesting one, but it's like kind of like tic-tac-toe, where if you kind of learn where to put it and what your opponent does, then it's like, okay, the game is done. At least for me with Connect 4. But I do like sometimes when they have those giant Connect 4 games outside or like at events.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an interesting thing to do.
Okay, so apparently that wasn't a word.
Starcast's turn then.
Jenga can be fun, yeah. I don't know if it falls under board game, but yeah, it's a block game.
Yeah. A lot of people do call it like a board game, but it's like there's a weird other category that's not quite board
Yeah,
game
the bird
or
is the
card
word.
game.
There we go. That would have been great.
But yeah, some people can get really competitive with Jenga too.
Well, people can get competitive with anything. My wife plays Words with Friends with several people who are always getting upset with her because she's doing
Oh, my
whatever
goodness.
massive score with whatever weird letters, and so.
All right.
Temple
I think
Snail, if you put
I-
with in front of Drew, do you get points for 8 letters?
Yes, you do. You will get the points from Drew that's already on the board, and you will get points from what you put on the board. Mm-hmm.
Atom Fighter, welcome in.
Hello. Veined is a word? Yes. Like, meaning it has veins. Like if it's a blue veined creature, then its veins are blue. Like that. But yeah, it does look very weird. Sometimes words look weird when they're spelled out. Neat. Starcast, its turn. Deveined. That sounds like it's something.
That's what I was thinking too, but I don't have those letters.
Snickers is veined on top with chocolate. Interesting choice of wording. If you had Y, you would make E. Oh no. That would be interesting to do. I don't know if that would be considered a word on this board. Snickers describes itself that way. That's very interesting.
Did not know that. The rumor that Snickers chocolate bars were changed their coating to be smoother and remove the veins on top were false. The Snickers brand confirmed that the textured tops, which some people refer to as veined, would remain. Oh, interesting. The food plot. The plot is afoot.
Very interesting. But yeah, I do get it. It does look kind of like veins now you say it. But that's a weird way. I would think that would be a weird way to describe a candy bar. But what else would it be considered? Koalas? Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
Okay. I'm probably not gonna win this time. All right, congrats to Starcast at that time with 123 points. Flat Cap came in on third with 52 points. That's good.
Not gonna be a game I'm gonna win. I'm just saying.
Yeah, understandable. Word games aren't for everyone. So, here's a question: do you prefer math to letters, or you don't like math games either?
I don't know if I've ever played math as a game. What math games?
So, kind of like how I was talking about that 2048 game. So it's basically where it's a board filled up with blocks with different numbers on them, and when you kind of merge the numbers that are like numbers.
Yeah, I've seen some games like that. I've never played them. So I was in all the advanced math classes throughout school, and I could have actually taken higher level math classes and took college credit while I was in high school. I just didn't want to do that much work. And when my math is off by 5%, I'm good with it. So that's not I'm not going into a career where numbers matter because I just don't care enough about not having or getting a perfect score. So
yeah,
I didn't even take any math in college. I comped out of all math. So I'm okay with math. I just don't do it a lot.
Yeah.
You want to try another game?
I don't really like math.
You don't really like math?
Do you want to?
Well, no, if you don't like math, no, let's not play math then.
I mean, no, I don't mind 2048 kind of game. I don't know if they have that on here anyway, though. But we could play another game. I mean, if you're saying another game, like we could play the card game if you want. Or if you were saying another letter league game.
You're wordy, girl. Show me another word game.
Another word game. Well,
okay.
There is another word game actually in Discord as well.
Okay.
It is called Spellcast, which it is basically a game where you have to find words. So instead of placing down your own tiles, it's kind of like, have you heard of Boggle before?
Yep.
You have to just find the words that already exist, like a word find.
Okay.
So I've started the game now.
Oh, I have to switch.
I left Letter League.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out how to leave, but oh, now I see it. Okay.
All right. If anybody wants to join, I think the thing is pinned. The Discord server invite is pinned. Connections from the New York Times. It says I'm watching people.
Don't know that
Yeah,
one.
so I like to play the daily games. Connections from the New York Times is basically where there's a grid of like 16 words or things, and then you have to try to match them into categories of 4.
Oh,
But they throw a lot
okay.
of red herrings.
Yep, I think
Yeah.
I've seen other streamers play something like that, where you're trying to guess the connections between words. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so let's start the new game.
Okay.
You guys have to join this game. I have started, so you guys right now are just watching.
So we have to hit enter game.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Black Cop is in. Starcasted, you have to click enter game as well, so that you can join the game and not just be observing. Adam Fighter says, I like to watch others suffer, not watch myself.
Good plan.
You wish there was a Bible version of Connections? There's a site where you can actually make your own connections things. So I'm sure that a person can make a Bible one as well. That would be a cool thing. So if you, I could actually probably try to make one as well. I can try to find the site where you can make your own connections. All right, so it's my turn. So basically what we're going to do is I'm trying to look in the board and see what is the biggest word that I can, or the word with the most points. And some words have gems, letters have gems on them as well. So I'm going to say that, which is 13.
So they all have
like
to be
her.
connected then.
Yep. So you have to actually draw a line through the letters.
Okay.
You can't like select one letter from over here if they're not if they're not connected, contiguous, then you can't do it. You said you've seen it, but you wish it was a daily Bible game. That would be really cool if they did have one. Now, sometimes I know the New York Times did have one of their one of the categories be from the Bible or something like that, but it wasn't all about the Bible. Nice. Starcasted's turn. So, like, if we did have one that was daily and it was all about the Bible, would it have different names of people and then it will tell, like, they're from the book of Genesis or something? Or will it be something more specific, like disciples of Jesus? Or would it be, like, places and, like, symbols of, like, I feel like it has potential, but I just don't know. I don't know. Like, if it was, how do you think it would be done, Flat Cap?
I'm not that familiar with the game, but if you're trying to make connections, so you might have a bunch of names of women in there, but then you'd be trying to throw people off by just picking it that way. But yeah, you could have people in Jesus' genealogy as one. You could have people that died in the Bible or killed somebody, or you could do a lot of different places to connect, or people that were not the oldest child.
Yeah.
actors who play Jesus in films.
Oh man, I almost saw something, but I couldn't do it. So it's not necessarily all just words from the Bible. It's more like just centered around Christianity theme connections. Okay, got it. Adam Fighter says, wow, this game does not look as easy as it seems. Yeah, it seems simple enough, but you have to try to find one word that will give you a lot of points. So.
I'm just trying to find one word. I'm not worried about points.
Wait. Uh-oh. All right, it's Starcasted's turn.
Told you I was just trying to find a word. Everything didn't have a letter
Yeah.
to finish it.
Yeah, sometimes I am like that too. It's like I keep seeing a word, but it's not actually there. I'm missing a letter.
Oh, it looks like I can use some of my points to move things.
Yeah, if you collect those little gems, you're supposed to be able to use them as power-ups.
Okay.
I usually forget about it and don't even use them. But yes, you can use those and uh-oh.
You just shuffled, yeah.
Did you shuffle? Yeah. Yep, you can use those points to shuffle if you're not finding a word or something like that as well. Nice. Oh, I'm back from the ads. Nice.
A lot of vowels.
Yes.
I have seen
Do you
it.
often play Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I have seen another game that people like playing where they give you all the letters on top and people are guessing words you can spell with those too in stream.
Yeah, I've played that actually at one of the versions. It was in um, one of the Jackbox party packs, I think.
Oh, yep, I think that's probably right.
Um, but yeah, then there's also I know that there's some online versions as well. Um, but yeah, have you played community games with your chat before, where like people can join in?
Marbles on stream is probably the
Oh yeah.
only thing.
Yeah, Marbles on Stream is a cool one also. I think I've played it a couple of times, but it's always fun to have like the community also engaged in the game sometimes.
Yeah, well,
'Cause it's good also to
yeah, I say the marbles isn't. It is everybody can play, but it's not super interactive. So you get people that are lurking
Yeah.
that aren't having to concentrate with marbles, and then it's totally random and stuff. And then some of them you can have, boosts or whatever that timing adds into them. And I have played a few that different streamers have made their courses with marbles, which is kind of fun to. Oh, I made this. Let's go play it. So, but I don't think I've played marbles yet this year on stream. So it's been a while since I played marbles on stream. Mostly it's because I'm usually leaving my stream to get done with it to go somewhere else and have something to do, so, as opposed to, oh, I'm streaming for this long. We finished what we were doing. Let's do something together, kind of a thing. So just depending on how that's
understandable.
going. But maybe that would be something to do with the fish stream, is to do marbles with the fish.
Yeah, that would probably be cool.
I don't know.
Because it's just like a lurky, like you said, like kind of a lurky kind of stream. So I know you just started the fish channel. Well, not just started it, but like just started like broadcasting on Twitch not too long ago. But like I know you've had fish for longer than that.
Yeah.
Have you had cameras always on them, even when you weren't streaming them, or is the camera because of the streaming?
The camera is because of the streaming. So early on when I started streaming, I had the fish behind me. And so I got a separate camera to point at the fish behind me so I could zoom in on them. And so it was a thing from the beginning of my streaming. You'll have to go back and watch some old VODs. I had a different setup, and I was in a bedroom, and then I would occasionally not be able to stream because somebody was at my house using the bedroom.
Yeah.
But that was
But
until...
I do think I remember you had like a redeem where it says check in on the fish or something.
Yeah, I started with that. Yeah, so you could redeem Fish Cam and go on with that. So after having that as a repeated thing on mine, and like I said, doing some weekend streams when I was gone, I said, hey, if we could, I don't remember what it was, but if I make a certain level, I'm going to get a camera to put underwater in the pond. And so I got that in the pond, and then I would like to get more, but honestly, I would like to have a bigger tank for all of the fish indoors that I have. So, all right, Starcasted is the winner.
Yay! Great job, Sarcastic.
Okay, I'm looking at our time. I think our time is good. That was fun.
All right.
I enjoyed that.
That was.
Playing that. How about we exit and we find someone to rate out together? So someone that you know that I can bring the Church Digital over to and share with them would be great if you've got someone that we can do that with.
Okay, let me see who's streaming. Who I'm following. Well, I see Pastor Dustin, but Pastor Dustin knows about it already, right?
Oh yeah. He was just on the podcast, so that's someone that the Church Digital were already following. So
Okay, let's try to find a new person. Excuse me. I did not sneeze all until just now, which is hilarious.
well, God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Starcaster, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you, and congratulations on the win. Now, are you familiar with Chow Fan?
I'm familiar with a couple of people that are Chow fan. Which one?
Oh, I only know one Chow Fan H.
Oh, is Hannah actually up, or is it a restream? Because I've noticed the last month, every time I see her, it says rebroadcast.
Ah, okay. All right, let's see.
I have her on my other channel, but I don't have her on the Church Digital.
Are you familiar with Charles Q. Banks?
It does look like she's up live. It just says update day, fortnight for viewers, family friendly, so it doesn't say restream. So we could go over to Hannah, but I am familiar with Charles Q. Banks too. I was just making sure because I've seen her recently having a lot of rebroadcast channels, so
Yeah, and you want to make sure it's an actual.
yeah, I didn't want to
person
rate out to not an actual. So it looks like it's update day, so that'd be good. Let's go over there. I have not rated her in quite a while, so
Okay, so I guess we will both raid out to her.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for having me on the stream. It was quite nice to play with you today.
Yeah, absolutely. And to get to know you
And
a
chat.
little bit more and to chat about what you're doing and share that with other people. Appreciate that so much. Anything I can be praying for you about?
Just, in general, do continue to, keep praying, keep going, and keep following God's direction. Any kind of, any prayers for guidance as well. So, because I want to make sure that I am following what God wants me to do.
Yeah.
So that will be very appreciated, as well as just in general, just I guess finances, health, and just well-being.
Yeah. The general things all of us streamers are asking for. Yes.
Yes.
Finances, health, family, What's going on? Where am I going? Oh yeah, all that stuff. So, absolutely.
How about you? What can I pray for you about?
Oh, I think on some level it is just continuing to pursue where God has me and not getting pulled off of something that's not where I'm supposed to be going, because I get invited to a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
all right, looks like my raid's going to happen. We'll see you over there, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.